Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Roseburg Disposal pregame show from Finlay Field on the campus of Roseburg High School in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. It's just about time for kickoff as the Roseburg Indians welcome in the North Medford Black Tornado in 6A Special District 1 matchups. We got a big one in store for you here tonight. Number 9 North Medford in town to take on the Roseburg Indians, and we are hopeful tonight that we see a competitive four quarters between these two teams. Roseburg licking their wounds a little bit after a runaway win for Sheldon last week. Roseburg competitive early, really had a great opening drive to the ball game, but after that it was turnovers, the bane of their existence in that first half. 4 turnovers total for Roseburg, and they're looking to try and clean that up as they take on North Medford tonight. Roseburg comes in at 1-4 on the season, 0-3 in conference play. As for North Medford, they're 4-1 on the year. Lost their season opener and have reeled off 4 straight wins ever since. They're 3-0 in Special District 3 play this season. We'll look forward to this one kicking off here at 7 o'clock, and it looks like a beautiful night for some football. Boy, it is probably, at the moment, it feels like one of the warmest nights for football that we've had this season. Includes early September when we're still going through the heat waves of August. It was a warm one today in Roseburg. I know initial expectations were upper 80s, maybe even grazing 90 degrees here today in Roseburg. When I checked leaving the office at 4 o'clock this afternoon, it was saying 83. But it is a warm one in the booth. Definitely getting a good summer sweat on up here in the press box at Finlay Field. But sun is starting to go behind the horizon, and it's going to cool down quickly, but we expect some pretty hot action out on the field here tonight. As we make our way through the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, we're going to get a chance to catch up with head coach Dave Heiberger. We'll have that for you coming up next. Before we take our break, I want to remind everybody tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. You can search 1490 The Score on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and follow Roseburg High Sports throughout this school year. The video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe, and we are getting ready for Roseburg football, streaming online at 541radio.com, and you can find it on your local radio station, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show as we get ready for Roseburg and North Medford kicking off tonight here in just a few moments. As we count down to kickoff, we get a chance to catch up with head coach Dave Heiberger. Coach, we are cruising right along this season back at home, and the team looking to try and kind of build off of some of the positive I felt like we saw last week. We know Sheldon is a quality program that's always going to be challenging to be one of the better teams in the state. And I really felt like early on in that game, you guys proved a little something. It felt like, to me at least, that you can march down the field against a good team when you guys are putting all the pieces together. What kind of things did you kind of take away from that game to try and get some positive and try to build off of as you get ready for North Medford?
There were some things that we wanted to see us do better against a team that's quality like Sheldon. and I felt that, we threw the ball around. Yeah, there's going to be interceptions, but there's two ways you look at it. You just go in and lay down and take honor in the fact that you only got beat by a little bit, or you go in and you say, hey, we're going to take our shots and we're going to play a game here tonight and make them earn it. And I felt the boys made them earn that victory. And so they're continuing to play hard, which obviously is a great thing to see and a tribute to their upbringings, that they're still out here battling. So neat deal.
For you mentioned the interceptions and 4 turnovers. Every coach is going to say, that's got to be better. How much do you continue? Was it an emphasis more this week than it has been in previous after a 4 turnover game that you guys try to kind of preach about protecting the football, or was it just kind of the same usual on that front?
A lot of it's more individualized probably to the kid a little bit, and a sophomore and a junior kid making a mistake in a game versus a senior making a mistake in the game are two different things. It's like buying stocks, right? Once you get them fixed up and things like that. And so when you look at interceptions and things like that and you're not playing very good football, the throw might get intercepted. It doesn't mean it was a horrible throw by our quarterback. It might mean that Sheldon's free safety was 6'4", and made a heck of a play, and you tip your hat to the other team for making plays, and you tell your kid keep battling. And so, obviously the ball security, running with the ball and things like that, and it's not something we want to have happen, but it's also something that's who we are offensively and who we are defensively. We have to attack and have people moving in motions.
Defensively, the team's been pretty good at kind of trying to negate any giveaways on the offensive side. They've been taking away the football. How big are kind of takeaways to what you guys see in the when you wrap up and look back at a game? How big are the takeaways on the defensive side for your guys' success?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be something where we're a little bit more blue collared, and we're not going to be able to line up in a base front and say, hey, we're better than you. There's some movement, there's some risk, there's some gambles that we take, and because we feel comfortable as a coaching staff. All
right, there we got interrupted. There was a drone flying overhead, so we got a little interrupted in our pregame interview. We continue now with Coach Heiberger. Details from you. Where were we?
Sorry about that, Joe. Yeah, there's a drone flying, and I didn't know if that's maybe the most appropriate spot for a drone to be on an airport path there. And so I thought, before OSAA tells us we got to wait an hour before we can come back out here, I thought I'd
nip that one in the bud.
Yeah, I didn't do much. But.
You chased it off real well.
Yeah.
As we get ready for tonight, North Medford, I was looking at some of their numbers, talked with their coach. They look like a well-balanced team. What challenges does that bring to you guys when you face a team that is able to kind of run the ball and pass the ball pretty effectively on both sides?
Yeah, it's kind of been our crutch defensively, is trying to get enough people in the back to take care of the pass and try, make sure that secondary is married to the front. And we've been, like, some of those risks that we've been talking about, moving people into an area for a play, there's a reason those are gambles. And so you look at North Medford, and you got a tight end that's top 5 in the country rated that'll be lining up at D end all night, along with the Kim kid, the full ride to Oregon State. And so when you're looking at 50% of their line is going to top 20 football programs. Our boys' hands are full, and they're excited for their hands to be full, and they're excited to go up against that competition and go up against the best and see how you play all night. And so they're excited for the opportunity to go up against them, but they also have other guys besides those two, but those are the two you're going to hear quite a bit about, obviously.
All right, Coach. Well, best of luck to you guys out there tonight.
All right, thanks, Joey.
And that is head coach Dave Heiberger joining us here in the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We're going to go ahead and take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, it's time to get ready for this one. We'll take a look more at the matchup between Roseburg and North Medford here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Too late. Welcome back here for our final segment of the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run of the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Roseburg out of the locker room here on this beautiful night for football in the Umpqua Basin. 76 degrees as we get ready for the coin toss coming up here at Finlay Field. Well, Roseburg last week coming off of a 50-12 loss on the road at Sheldon. Sheldon scored on the very first play from scrimmage, but RHS responded with a 12-play, 74-yard drive. That tied the game up at 6-all as both extra points were missed in that first period. But then Sheldon would retake the lead on their next possession and went on to score 24 points off of turnovers before halftime as they would build that lead at the break, 43-6. RHS had 4 first-half turnovers, 2 interceptions, and 2 fumbles. And Sheldon would score on its first 7 drives of the game. So Roseburg trying to put that behind them and turn things around, see if they can get things going. They did hold Sheldon to less than 300 yards of offense, but honestly, they were dealing with a short field through much of the night. On the other side, for North Medford, they're coming off of a 41-0 win over Grants Pass. North Medford led 27-0 at halftime. They totaled 328 yards of offense and only allowed 41 yards of offense to Grants Pass last week. So, man, their defense, that is going to be something to watch as Roseburg looks to try and move the ball tonight. The defense had 3 takeaways last week for North Medford, a fumble and 2 interceptions. North Medford had its fewest yards on offense since its Week 1 loss on the road against Tigard. So we'll see how this one plays out here tonight as Roseburg and North Medford get ready to square off here at Finlay Field. The sun's starting to set to our right out over the Callahans to the west. As the sun is starting to set, temperatures will continue to drop, but that'll feel a little bit better as the evening wears on for us here. It's definitely a bit of a warm and somewhat muggy one out here tonight, but that just might be me as, man, it doesn't feel like we sweated quite like this in quite some time. It definitely feels like late summer here on this Friday night. Taking a look around the Umpqua Basin, there's A number of games going on this evening. Already tonight, the Elkton Elks getting a 46-14 win over Prospect Charter and Butte Falls. That game played earlier today. Days Creek and Gilchrist playing earlier today. Tonight at 7 o'clock, you've got Roseburg kicking off. North Douglas Yoncalla at Rogue River. Reedsport hosting Gold Beach. Oakland welcomes in Glide. Camas Valley on the road against Cross Point Christian. You've got, let's see here, Glendale hosting Powers. No, excuse me, that game ended up being a forfeit by Glendale tonight. Sutherland at North Valley, South Umpqua hosting Brookings Harbor, and Douglas at St. Mary's. We're going to try to keep you updated on scores from around the region as we bring you the BTB Moving scoreboard update throughout the night. All right, I believe we've got one more 2-minute break here during the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, so let's do that as they go to the coin toss, and we'll come back, get you ready to go for tonight's ball game here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Thanks for tuning in to today's broadcast of Roseburg High School Sports on The Score.
This broadcast is presented by
Flyaway Travel, Fisher's Hearth and Home, Cascade Community Credit Union,
Roseburg Honda,
BTB Moving, Susan Gregg Allstate Insurance, and also by Dr. Ullenson Randall, DC Farmers Co-op, Mountain Mike's Pizza, Roseburg Disposal,
Tim's Appliance and Mattress,
Abby's Pizza, and Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair.
I can make them work. Yes. Just about time to get this one underway. The coin toss has commenced, and we've got it figured out. North Medford winning the toss. They defer, and unfortunately I looked down after that, and I didn't see whether or not Roseburg is receiving or kicking off here. I believe they are receiving the football, as it does look like quarterback Owen Bentia working with offensive coordinator Jeff Freeman, as I kind of assume they are expecting to get the football here momentarily. Yep, North Medford will head out with their kicking unit. North Medford in the white jerseys tonight, black numbers on the back, red helmets, as they will move right to left on your radio dial. For Roseburg, black tops, black trousers, orange numbers on the front and the back of the jerseys, the black helmets with the orange face masks and the orange feather on the side of the helmet. Roseburg will be moving left to right, receiving the football to start things off. Left-footed kicker out there for North Medford to get this one underway. And that is Caden Morris that'll do the kicking. As he approaches the football, we are underway here in tonight's ball game. Kick will go to the 6-yard line, received by Roseburg. Up the numbers at the 20, wrapped up by the ankles and taken down. And the return man for Roseburg, Brody Robinson, will take it out and set Roseburg up with their offense at their own 24-yard line. So here comes the offense. It'll be led by junior Owen Bentia. Tia coming in. He's been splitting time in the backfield some with sophomore Corey Kimball. He'll start out with the football at his own 24. Looking to pass, goes on the deep route, intended down the near side. It's picked off. No, down. They're going to say a catch, I believe, and not an interception. Pulling the football away, the defense for North Medford. And it's a first down, Roseburg. So the catch was made by Dane St. Clair on the first pass of the ball game, and he takes it out to the 42-yard line. And that's a pickup of 18 through the air for Bentia to St. Clair. And then the ball was ripped out of the hands by one of the defensive backs, Nolan Kelly. They're going to go with a run. It's Eckel. He started in the middle, bounced around the left tackle, gets around the edge for a short pickup of about 2 yards on 1st and 10 from the 42. Takes it out to the 44-yard line. First carry of the night for the senior, Caden Eckel, who is on the 2,000-yard career watch, needing 220 yards to hit that 2K mark here this season for his career. 292 yards coming into tonight's ball game. Makes it 2nd down and 8 for the Tribe. 4-man front for the North Medford defense. Looking to go on a quick pass. Off the mark. Intended for McLean Stedman on the far side of the field. He was open on the slant route inside. But the throw off the mark by Owen Bentia will make it 3rd down and 8. Roseburg this season on 3rd down. Been a bit of a struggle, converting 28% of their chances. It's 3rd and long. No A.J. Baker up on the offensive line for the Tribe here tonight. It looks like it's George Gibby that has taken over at the left guard position for him. Fake the handoff, looking to go on the quick route, the slant route to Caden Austin. Got on him quick, and he couldn't haul it in. Back-to-back incompletions. The clock stopped with 10:52 to go. It's 4th down, and Roseburg looking to send the punt unit out. They had some opportunities there, could not take advantage. So the punt unit will head out. Jacob Michael will kick this one away. He's averaging 31.4 yards on his average, net average. He gets a good kick here, and he's going to get it to go out at the 14-yard line. And Roseburg's going to pin North Medford deep in their own territory. They're going to actually spot it out at the 13 as Roseburg went on a bit of a quick punt there. And no return opportunity for North Medford. They'll have the ball with 10:44 to go here in the first quarter. And they start out with the football at their own 13-yard line. So here comes the offense led by sophomore quarterback Traeger Healy. First-year varsity starter, started as the JV quarterback last year as a freshman. 6'1", 180 pounds. He's thrown for 1,146 yards and 12 touchdowns this season. He can hurl it back there. He waits in shotgun. Will hand it off, running over the right side. Jeremiah Robbins. He slips through a couple of tackles out to the 20-yard line to the 21. And the senior back, 5'10", 190 pounds. Jeremiah Robbins rumbles over the right side. Will pick up 8 on 1st down. Robbins has split time in the backfield. They had both Robbins and Landon Meeker back there. Together, they have combined for over 600 yards of offense this year, or 600 yards of rushing offense. They'll set up, bracket to either side of Healy. He calls for the shotgun. Will pass it out into the flats. It's caught by the tight end, A.J. Pugliano, the big wide receiver / tight end, headed to the University of Oregon next year. He receives the first pass of the game for North Medford and moves the chains out to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 9 through the air for Healy to Pugliano. We've been hearing about that young man for quite some time. Pugliano committed to the University of Oregon. A first-team all-conference selection last year. He's got 418 yards through the air and 7 touchdowns on the season. Handoff to Meeker running left side. He gets around the edge and into the secondary. Continues to back his way into the defense. It's Paxton. Let me get the right. Yeah, Paxtonberg. Get the right Berg there. Paxton comes up to make the stop after a pickup of 11 on the ground for Landon Meeker. It's a big front line for this North Medford team. Trey Kennedy, Coleman, Terrell Kim, Max Agostino, Connor Trinka, and Cody Carlson up along that front line. There are a couple of big bodies up there. They do well paving the way, an experienced offensive line. Pass back to the near side out of wide area. A lineman downfield to help block as the catch made by Kelly. Nolan Kelly weaving his way up the numbers, gets inside the Roseburg 35 to the 34 as he moves the chains and moves North Medford into Roseburg territory. Opening drive of the game for North Medford. 9:03 to go in the first quarter. They flip the field and take it into Roseburg territory. That'll go down as a 25-yard completion to Nolan Kelly. Shotgun here for Healy. Robbins to his left, Meeker to the right. Give it to Robbins running right up the middle. The blockers pave the way, sealing off Tyler Reitman. The linebacker was trying to fill that gap, got cut off by one of the guards. It opened up a wide hole in the middle for Robbins to take it down to the 24, and he picks up 10 on the ground. A first down carry for Robbins. And right now, North Medford is just marching down the field. They take it inside to the 24 on the left hash mark. 2 targets, Pugliano and Connor Cesaro, a couple of all-conference selections out to the right side of the field. Kelly alone to the left. Going to pass out to the right side. It's Pugliano. He gets wrapped up at the 20. He is a big man, hard to bring down, and he will go at the 19-yard line is where they stop his forward progress. Pugliano listed at 6'4", 220 pounds, and it took 3 guys to bring him down as he takes it inside the red zone. So from the 24 down to the 19, a pickup of 5. Pugliano with a couple of catches so far. Second down and 5 for North Medford. We'll break the huddle. Again, 2 backs in the backfield on either side of Healy. The sophomore claps his hands, waits for the shotgun snap, gives it off to Robbins. He's met in the backfield by Nick Parrish, and Parrish will slow him down enough to help out the rest of the defense to get back to Jeremiah Robbins in the backfield. It'll be a tackle for loss for the Tribe as they move it back to the 25-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 11 for North Medford. So back to the 25, a loss of 6 on the carry for Robbins. 3rd down and 11. Clock ticking, under 7 minutes to go. It's been a lengthy drive, nearing 4 minutes on this drive for North Medford. Pugliano and Kelly will spread out to the left side of the formation. No tight end for North Medford. Healy and whistles, stopping the play before it gets underway. Roseburg was looking to send the blitz. Did someone come across too early? Wait on the call for the flag here. It is encroachment on the defense. So after the tackle for loss, Roseburg whistled for being in the neutral zone. And that penalty will give up the yardage that they got on that TFL. Goes back to the 20-yard line, a pickup of 5 on the penalty. It makes it 3rd down and a long 5 for North Medford. Dropping back to pass, Healy out into the flats. Nobody around Jeremiah Robbins. He's at the 10. He'll take contact, and he tumbles his way forward close to the 5-yard line, down to the 6. Plenty for the first down as the back leaks out of the backfield, and nobody had Jeremiah Robbins covered. They'll spot the ball down at the 6. It's a pickup of 14 through the air for Robbins. And it'll set up first down and goal for North Medford. 4 for 4 on the opening drive for Healy. Meeker to his right. Robbins to the left. Going to give it to Robbins again. The senior goes over the right side, tries to cut it back to his left, gets to the goal line, and he dives in. A touchdown for North Medford to start out the opening drive of the ball game. So the Black Tornado will strike first. A 6-yard touchdown run by Jeremiah Robbins. And with that, North Medford will take a 6-0 advantage. PAT kicker. That is Caden Morris, 3 of 4 on PAT's last week in the 41-0 win over Grants Pass. He'll try to put this one through. The kick is away and splits the uprights. It is 7-0, North Medford in front with 5:47 to go here in the first quarter. We'll come back after a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Opening drive of the ball game for North Medford. They march 87 yards down the field, and they take up 4 minutes and 53 seconds on the opening score. Lead 7-0. The kickoff was fumbled a bit, but then returned out to the 20 for Roseburg. And the Tribe will have it at their own 20-yard line for their second drive of the ball game. Went 4 and out on their first drive for Roseburg. See if they can move the offense a little bit better here on their second possession of the night. Roseburg football this evening brought to you by our friends at the Neal Company Real Estate. You can view available properties by going to nealco.com for available properties and rentals. First down for Roseburg at their own 20-yard line. Austin will move in motion, hand it off to Eckel, running over the left side between the guard and tackle. And a stutter step as he goes through the line. He will pick up a yard or two out to the 22-yard line. Start things off here on this drive for Roseburg. Beautiful night here in the Umpqua Basin. Sun has made its way to the horizon, so it's starting to cool off a little bit, feeling a bit more comfortable, at least here in the press box. Down below, probably feeling a little bit better down there. Second down and 8, looking to pass. Going to go deep down the sideline, fighting for it. That ball out of bounds. Incomplete, intended for Dane St. Clair. St. Clair had the 18-yard catch early in the ball game. Owen Bentia was completing 57% of his passes coming into tonight's ball game. 613 yards, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Dane St. Clair, the target there, coming in with 11 catches, 146 yards on the season. It's third down and 8 for Roseburg. Bentia in shotgun, has Eckel to his right. He'll motion him out of the backfield. Looks left, pass right, complete, caught, breaking free, and out in front of everybody. It's a foot race for the Roseburg Indians. A stiff arm trying to stay away from the defender, stays on his feet, and now going to score if he stays in bounds. It's a score. Touchdown, Roseburg! The Tribe with the answer on their second drive of the night. It's Dane St. Clair once again. He's had all the catches tonight for Roseburg, and this one he breaks. He was trying to win the foot race, and as he got Caught by the secondary. A stiff arm kept him off. He sheds the tackler and is able to stay in bounds. He'll go to the house. That is a 78-yard touchdown pass, longest of the season for Roseburg, and they're an extra point away from tying it up. The right-footed boot from Jacob Michael will not equal this one. It stays a 7-6 ball game. North Medford in front on the 78-yard touchdown catch and run by Dane St. Clair. That's his first touchdown of the season. We'll take a 30-second break, come back here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For tuning in to today's broadcast of Roseburg High School sports on The Score. This broadcast is presented by Flyaway Travel, Fisher's Hearth and Home, Cascade Community Credit Union, Roseburg Honda, BTB Moving, Susan Gregg Allstate Insurance, and also by Dr. Ullens and Randall, DC Farmers Co-op, Mountain Mike's Pizza, Roseburg Disposal, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Abby's Pizza, and Chuck Swarman Family Auto.
.451 to go in the first quarter. Roseburg, 3 plays. They cover 80 yards, most of it on a 78-yard touchdown pass from Owen Bentia to Dane St. Clair. And that is the first touchdown grab of the season for St. Clair. He has both of the catches tonight for Roseburg. Roseburg will kick it away, and the boot from Michael will go across the goal line for a touchback. What a play there, explosive. Now let's see if Roseburg can capitalize. They've got a little bit of momentum on their side. Can they put it to their advantage? Looking to try and a takeaway here would be good. Roseburg's defense, no takeaways last week against Sheldon. They've got 7 on the season. For Owen Bentia, his 9th touchdown pass of the season. 4:51 to go, first quarter, 7-6. North Medford leading by 1 after the missed PAT. Traeger Healy, last time out there, marched North Medford down the field in 9 plays as they would put it in after going 87 yards down the field. Handed off to Meeker, running left side. Penalty flag out as Meeker cuts up field. He gets wrapped up. Caden Luther, good to see him back there. I meant to ask about that and did not. Luther went out against Sheldon last week with a leg injury. Good to see that he has gotten back out on the field, and he gets in there to help make that tackle along with Tyler Reitman. The penalty flag is against North Medford, holding the call on first down. So that'll back up North Medford on the first play of their second drive of the night. Back to the 10-yard line. First penalty of the night for North Medford. Up to the line, ball in the middle of the field, back at the 10, 1st and 20. Healy with Robbins to his left, Meeker to his right. Pugliano in the slot to the left side. They're going to try to pass it to him on that bubble screen back, fighting through the blocker and making the tackle with help coming. Brody Robinson coming up and making the stop. The junior had a big week offensively the last 2 weeks, but he comes up with a huge defensive stop there, a tackle for loss. He fought through the block from Nolan Kelly to get to Pugliano on that bubble screen, and he drops him in the backfield. 2nd down and 22 as the ball back to the 8-yard line. Loss of 2. On the big stop by Robinson. Up to the football, facing 2nd down and 22. Shotgun snap. They will look to set up a screen in the middle. Caught, but then he goes to the turf. Tried to get back up, but you can't do that in high school football. Landon Meeker with the catch. And so the pass completion just goes back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on 2nd down and 22. It's now 3rd and 22. Landon Meeker with his first catch of the night goes for no gain. Had to sky to get up to that football, and he didn't get his feet down in time as he would tumble to the turf to stop the play there, and it is now 3rd down and 22. Roseburg looking to try and force a punt here by North Medford. In shotgun, Healy gets the snap, catches one-handed, looking to throw down the field, airs it out. He's got a man down there. Catch made. 1st down, North Medford on the grab by Connor Cicero. Got behind the one-on-one coverage, and he'll move the chains. Big play for the Black Tornado out to the 49. Just shy of midfield. And that is a 41-yard connection through the air. First catch of the night for Cicero. The senior, second-team all-conference selection last year, 6'2", 185 pounds. Comes up with his 23rd catch of the season. Not quite his longest catch. He's got one for 50 yards earlier this year. In shotgun with one man to his right, turn and hand it to Meeker, running over the left guard. Not a lot of space, gets just across the 50 before he's wrapped up. Nick Parrish getting in there on the stop as Roseburg will stop the run game for North. A pickup of 3 into Roseburg territory for the Black Tornado run game. Down to a minute 50 to go here in the first quarter. 7-6 our score. North Medford in front of Roseburg. Both teams scoring on their last drives. North Medford facing 3rd and 22, able to convert. They're out at midfield facing 2nd and 7. Looking to pass. Time. Hit as he throws. Launches it deep over the far side, and the big tight end, Pugliano. He shows his size on that one. Roseburg had it well defended with 2 defenders around him, but at 6'4", the defenders just couldn't get up high enough to get to that football, and that is the luxury that sophomore quarterback Traeger Healy has, a big wide receiver in A.J. Pugliano. Moves the chains down to the 24-yard line, a pickup of 24. Over the century mark on the night passing for Healy, and he is 8 for 8 through the air. Calls for the snap. Dropping back, going to launch one over the middle of the field. It was in and out of the hands of the intended target, Cicero. He had split a couple of defenders who both let him get behind him, and that was a pretty nice pass from the sophomore Healy. Boy, for a kid making his first season of varsity football, he's looked pretty sharp out there. It's helpful to have some great wide receiver targets, but those passes have been pretty good, putting them right where his receivers have the best play at him, and that was one by Cicero that he had off his hands. Probably would tell his quarterback when he gets back to the huddle, I should have had it for you, should have had it for 6. First incompletion of the night for Traeger Healy, and it stops the clock with a minute 25 to go. 2nd and 10 from the Roseburg 24 for the Black Tornado. 2 backs behind Healy. Hands it off to Robbins. He runs in the middle, cuts back to the left, and he'll angle his way down to the 20-yard line. A short gain, about 4 yards on the pickup. On the run by Robbins. He has the lone touchdown so far in the game for North Medford. Clock ticking down to a minute to go here in the first period. 7-6. 3rd down and a long 5 to go. Officially 6 yards to make up here for North Medford. They'll have to run a play before the first quarter runs out. On the left side is Pugliano and Cicero. Kelly, the lone man, to the right. And penalty flag comes out. It's a delay of game on North Medford. They took too long getting the snap out, and the whistle stopped the play right as the snap went back to Traeger Healy. And that'll back up North Medford. This will probably be 4-down territory, I would imagine, if they can't convert here on 3rd down and 11. Football back to the 25. So they'll face 3rd and 11. They quickly are at the line. Do they run the same play here? Same formation. Looking to pass to his left. Roll to his left. Dumps it out into the flats. Intended for Robbins, but out of his reach. Out of the backfield. Healy was looking for his safety valve and cannot connect with it. And now it is 4th down and 11, and Roseburg a chance to try and get the defense off the field if they can get a stop here. It was one big play on this drive on a pass to Connor Cicero to convert on 3rd down and 22 from deep in their own side of the field. They kept this drive going for North Medford. They've got a chance to try and see if they can convert once again here. 4th down attempt. They'll have Pugliano and Cicero to the left side. Robbins to the left of Healy. Meeker to his right. They stay into block, looking to pass, going right side. The receiver stumbled out of his break, and he wasn't ready to receive the pass off his hands. That's Nolan Kelly. And that's 3 straight incompletions for North Medford and a turnover on downs for the Black Tornado. Roseburg holds with 21.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Roseburg will get the football back, and they'll start with it at their own 25-yard line. Offense back on the field for the Tribe to wrap up this first quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Susan Gregg Allstate Insurance, covering all aspects of your life. Contact Allstate agent Susan Gregg at 541-672-4381. Move a man in motion, handed off to Eckel, running right side over the line. He stays on his feet as he breaks out of a tackle, bounces it out to the outside, on the sideline, gets shoved out of bounds, out near the 38-yard line, and Roseburg will move the chains on their first carry of the drive, and the clock stops with 14.3 to go. Huge carry by Eckel, and they'll bring in Maverick Akers. Eckel, I believe, okay, but they do make the sub as he got a hard hit out of bounds. That run carries Roseburg out to their own 38-yard line, a pickup of 13 on the ground for Caden Eckel. 1st down and 10. 14.3 to go in the first. I'll give it to Akers now. He'll run right side. They tried to go right back to the well. This time not letting him escape. For North Medford, Connor Trinka coming up to make the stop at the line of scrimmage. No gain on 1st down for Akers. And that'll do the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, it is 7-6. North Medford in front. Roseburg with the football. They'll be facing 2nd down and 10 when we come back for the second quarter. We'll take a 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Start of the second quarter, Roseburg facing 2nd and 10. A man open on the seam route. It's caught. It's Brody Robinson, the connection with Bentia. And we welcome you back here to Finlay Field as Roseburg opens up their 3rd drive of the night with a big run by Caden Eckel to end the first quarter, and now a big pass by Bentia to Robinson to start things off here in the second. The ball will go all the way to the 34, other side of the field, and that'll be a completion of 28 yards through the air to Robinson from Bentia. First catch of the night for Brody Robinson, looking to pass again, and a little post route by McLean Stedman, the sophomore. Couldn't get up in time for that one. Got on him quick, and the defense right around him. Throw incomplete for Owen Bentia. Bentia with that completion to Brody Robinson, up to 124 yards on 3 completions tonight. Got a couple of big explosion plays there. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Stops the clock with 11:35 to play here in the second quarter. Handed off. Eckel back in the game. He'll run and pick up some hard yardage down to the 32-yard line as he picks up 2. Not a lot of space for him to move in there so far, but he does manage to find a way to manufacture a couple of runs. So it'll be 3rd down now. And Roseburg trying to convert. Motion Eckel out of the backfield. Got a man open, thrown too long, and a penalty flag out intended for Austin. He had him, and it looked like Bentia saw it, just could not dial it in. He threw it a little too strong out of the reach of Caden Austin, but we wait to see what the penalty flag is here. If it's on Roseburg, it will be. The Whitecap looking to the sideline to get the call from North Medford. I got to imagine they decline this one rather than backing Roseburg up, and they will turn it down. Our crew tonight, our ref, Mike Brooks, our umpire, Bob Moffitt, linesman, Cody Kronzer, line judge, Scott Epperly, and our back judge, BZ Zeller, tonight from the Douglas County Football Officials Association. So it'll be 4th down on the incompletion. Here from the far sideline, North Medford yelling, "Watch the ball." Roseburg has it at their own at the North Medford 32. They've got to get it to the 24 to convert. Eckel to the left of Bentia in shotgun. Move Austin in motion. Snap it, looking to roll out to his right. Got to find some help. There's nobody out there. Bentia going to take off running down the sideline. He's short of the line to gain. A good effort, but he's not going to have enough, and it's a turnover on down for Roseburg. I think a bit of a play that didn't go quite the way they were expecting it to there for Roseburg. Bentia only had 1 target to that side of the field as he rolled out, and that target was not open. Bentia was able to get it to the 28-yard line, picked up 4. He needed another 4 yards. And so Roseburg will turn it over on downs. 10:48 to go before halftime. North Medford will get it back after they turned it over on downs on their last possession. Start out with the football in their own territory, leading 7-6 here in the ball game. Traeger Healy started out 8 for 8 through the air. He missed his last 3 passing attempts. He's got trips to the right side in a triangle formation. Handed off to Meeker, trying to weave his way through the middle. And it looked like the North Medford formation just trying to draw some attention to the receivers out on that far side, see if they can open up some running lanes in the middle for the back. Landon Meeker, the junior, weaved his way out to the 31-yard line, picking up 3 on 1st down. Meeker came in tonight, 329 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns, averaging 65.8 yards per game. Second down and 7. Blitz coming. They pick it up. Pass out to Pugliano. But it's Brayton Loomis that's able to shed the block from Cicero, fight through it, and get to Pugliano. Wrapped him up, and they do-si-do and spin down to the turf down at the 30. Actually, they put it back to the 29. It's a loss of 2. And another tackle for loss for Roseburg, this time Brayton Loomis. Pugliano, second time they've tried that bubble screen to him, and he's been tackled in the backfield. Makes it 3rd down and 9 for the Black Tornado. They've been pretty successful on 3rd down so far tonight. Roseburg 4-man front, not looking to bring any extra pressure. 2 safeties high, looking to pass. Far side, a sliding attempt on the catch. Incomplete the call. The official in the backfield waving it off. The one on the sideline saw the ball trapped and was spotting it, but the call made incomplete. And it's going to make it 4th down and 9 for North Medford, and it might just be the punt unit coming out. So North Medford looking to kick it away. And Roseburg's defense is going to hold once again, barring anything crazy here. They're missing 1 player out there on the punt team. They got to get it away here soon. The back judge hasn't put up the arm yet. Roseburg with a late guy. The snap goes over the head of the punter, taken back, thrown into the end zone. They're going to give him forward progress to the 2. The snap was too high for Caden Morris, and Roseburg's going to trap North Medford at their own 2-yard line, and Roseburg with only 2 yards to go looking for the lead. That'll go back to the 2. That's a loss of 27 on the play. Some confusion for North Medford, and it will benefit Roseburg. Turnover on downs. Roseburg will have it. 9:08 to go here in the first half. They've got it at the North Medford 2-yard line. The offense will come out. They'll spot the football, middle of the field. They stack McLean Stedman and Brody Robinson. They stack on the left side. On the right side, they stack St. Clair and Austin. New formation here in the backfield. Bentia gives it to Eckel, but Eckel unable to find any room. They send pressure off the edge and get to him right away. His forward progress is stopped at the 4-yard line, a loss of 2 for Roseburg. So North Medford dialing up the pressure on 1st and goal from the 2, and they're able to bring Roseburg down in the backfield. Tonight's ball game, been a good one so far, brought to you by our friends at Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? They'll set up. Twins to either side. Eckel in the backfield to the left of Bentia. They move a man in motion, give it to him. Austin trying to stretch it. A lot of bodies in the backfield, and Roseburg's trying to run the ball. North Medford has brought a ton of pressure, and they're able to drop Roseburg back. And North Medford's got 2 players slow to get up. Pugliano, one of them, he does get to his feet and walks it off. Another man down at the 10-yard line, and they're going to get, man, that was the 2 top receivers for North Medford, slow to get up on that defensive play. Cicero will run to the sideline, his right arm dangling. He's dinged up. Another man going to the sideline, I think losing his helmet there. For North Medford, Trey Kennedy Coleman has to come out of the game, I think because his helmet came off. Austin on the run, got dropped back to the 7-yard line, so a loss of 3 for Roseburg. They face now 3rd down and goal from the 7. Looking to pass, Bentia going to step up in the pocket, rolls out to the right side. Did he stay behind the line? He's going to loft to the end zone, and he overthrows it. Whew, wild run there. And Roseburg started out at the 2, 1st and goal from the 2, and they're unable to capitalize on it. They'll send the field goal unit out. And 2 plays going backwards for Roseburg just killed that opportunity from the 2-yard line. They are going to spot the football on the left hash mark, or close to the left hash mark. It's not on the left hash. They're going to kick it from the 14, a 24-yard attempt here on the field goal, and timeout called by Roseburg. Well, Roseburg looking for the lead on a field goal coming up, but they take a timeout. We're going to keep it right here as we've got 7:47 to go before the halftime break. And Roseburg looking to try and take the first lead of the night against North Medford. Today's game brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. And also, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, a proud sponsor of Roseburg football here on The Score. At the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg, 0% financing always available at Tim's Appliance and Mattress. Appreciate everybody tuning in and joining us on the video stream tonight. We've got a good one going on here, 7-6. North Medford leading. Roseburg looking for the lead on a 24-yard field goal attempt. The live video stream brought to you by our friends at the Cow Creek Tribe. Jacob Michael out to kick. High snap, placement down, the kick away, and he gets it through the uprights. Roseburg will take a lead on the 24-yard field goal by Jacob Michael, his 2nd field goal of the season. And Roseburg able to get the lead. It is now 9-7. RHS in front with 7:44 to go. We'll keep it here as Roseburg gets the kickoff coming. Coach Zach Mandera down there trying to get the special teams unit ready to go. 7:44 before the break. North Medford gets the ball to start the second half, just in case anybody is curious. So special teams miscue for North Medford will cost them 3 points. Coming up at the halftime break, we take a look at your BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. We'll take a look at some scores of other games going on around the conference and around the Umpqua Basin. Michael now will kick this one away, going right to left. The boot goes high into the air down to the 9-yard line. The return man for North Medford is Cicero. He slides out of a couple of tackles as he weaves his way, swims out to the 25. For North Medford fans, they breathe a sigh of relief as Cicero back in the game after going out with his right arm dangling. Kind of worried whether or not he would see the night again, but he's able to make his way back out there. So the football gets spotted at the 26-yard line is where they'll officially put that one down after the run back of 17 yards by Cicero. Last two possessions have been turnover on down for North Medford. Roseburg four-man front. Parrish and Luther on the ends. They're going to try to run it up the middle. Not a lot of room. Trying to spin out of a tackle. Unable to escape for Jeremiah Robbins. I believe that's Robbins. Yes, number 9. Want to make sure it wasn't somehow Nolan Kelly that had moved to the backfield. A pickup of just 1 to the 27-yard line. For Robbins, his 6th carry of the night. Second down and 9. Ball near the left hash mark for the Black Tornado, moving left to right on your radio dial. 7 minutes to go before halftime. The Black Tornado take their time in the huddle. Now rush to the line. They'll spread out 2 targets to either side. Pistol formation for Healy as the play clock winds down. He calls for it. Pass out into the flats to Cicero. And he steps out at the 34-yard line, shy of the first down. He picks up 7. And it'll be 3rd and short. They spot the ball at the 34. Just a quick out route to the far sideline. And the quarterback, Traeger Healy, put it on Cicero quickly, and he just turn upfield, tightrope the sideline, and will make it 3rd down and 2. Ball on the left hash mark, 2 targets to the right side of the formation. Looking to pass back to the left, catch made, tackle made immediately on Cicero. He picks up 1 of the necessary 2. And the coach's box to our left, excited about the defensive stop there. It's going to be 4th down for North Medford. And do they consider going for it in their own side of the field? They only need 1 yard, but if they don't get it, they'll give Roseburg a short field once again. Last time they tried to punt from deep in their own territory. The snap went over the head of the punter, Caden Morris. Looks like the offense is staying on the field as Traeger Healy runs out to the huddle. Roseburg's got to stay on side here on 4th and 1. Clock running, 5:58. Roseburg stays on the hard count. And North Medford will not snap the football. They call a timeout. They were trying to get Roseburg to jump on 4th and a yard, but the Indians stayed disciplined. Let's take a 30-second timeout as North Medford calls a timeout down on the field. It's 9-7, Roseburg in front. Back after 30 seconds on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
New to town? Starting a new chapter in life? Or settling down? The Neal Company Real Estate can help keep your property thriving. Serving the Umpqua Valley for 40 years, we manage commercial properties, apartments, houses, and storage units. Handling everything from maintenance to tenant screening, emergency services, and more, we are committed to maximizing owners' profitability while maintaining high-quality housing for tenants. Discover cost-effective, accurate, and efficient property management with the Neal Company Real Estate.
It's 4th down and 1 for North Medford. Out of the timeout, they've got the offense still on the field. They'll bunch it up at the line with a back to either side of the line. They cut at the line. Reitman meets him in the hole, and it's going to be dependent on the spot. From up here, it didn't look like he got it. The running back for North Medford met right at the line of scrimmage. Robbins trying to fight for the necessary yardage. And it's 1st down, North Medford. Oh, that looked like a fantastic play by Tyler Reitman, but it's enough to move the chains. Roseburg from the sideline arguing the spot, I think, there. North gets just enough to get a fresh set of downs. 4th and 1, they get the one they needed on a hard run by Jeremiah Robbins. The senior back at 5'10", 190 pounds, taking on the linebacker Tyler Reitman, 5'11", 185, and that was a battle. 1st and 10 for the Black Tornado, trailing 9-7. Down to 5:17 to go. A pass downfield, and it's hauled in by Cicero. He makes the adjustment in the air, working against Paxton Burke in coverage, and the big target pulls it in, 6'2", 185. And that has been the big burst for this North Medford offense, down to the 30 in Roseburg territory. That's going to go down as a 34-yard completion for Cicero. 1st and 10 for North Medford. 4:57 to go, second quarter. 9-7 score. Low snap. Pull it in. Healy looking to throw. He got kind of hit as he was trying to escape the pocket. Almost threw it to Brayton Loomis. A couple of hands got on him. I was wondering if there was going to be a face mask call in there. No flag on the field. It'll be 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Already the 17th attempt of the night for Healy. It'll be 2nd and 10, ball in the left hash mark. 4:49 as the clock is stopped. North Medford huddles up. Tonight's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Give them a call at 672-5701. Healy calls for it in shotgun. Fake the handoff, looking to throw, but penalty flag out on the near side. Roseburg sideline clapping, and it's a false start against the Black Tornado. So North Medford makes life a little bit more difficult, backs it up to 2nd and 15. Football spotted back at the 35-yard line. 2 targets, Kelly and Pugliano to the near side. Looking to pass right side, back to his left, rolls out to his left side, pressure coming, and able to escape it. Gonna tightrope down the far sideline. A lot of bodies go tumbling out of bounds as quarterback Traeger Healy uses his legs to carry that one close to the first down marker. A couple of guys out, and a penalty flag out at the very end. Brayton Loomis is the man down on the field for Roseburg, and you've got another man out on the far side that went across on the long jump pit, and I want to say that might be Pugliano, who seems to be in some pain on the far side as well. Athletic trainers will come out. We want to say thank you to Lindsey Darren, the Roseburg athletic trainer, along with Centennial Orthopedic and Podiatry, Doctors Susan Williams and Robert Richardson, team doctors for Roseburg, helping out there from Centennial Medical Group. Penalty flag is out as they tend to the injured players. Roseburg with Brayton Loomis on the ground. And North Medford with, I believe, Pugliano on the far side. And everybody on the North Medford sideline will be holding their breath for a moment. Pugliano is up without his helmet on, limping around on a right leg that already has a brace around his knee or tape there. But he seems to be up and walking around under his own power. Might be all right there. But Brayton Loomis still down, and definitely concerned about that young man. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back here It is 9-7, Roseburg in front with 4:40 to go in the second quarter. We'll come back after a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Brayton Loomis still down on the ground as we get the call from the officials on the penalty flags. There was a blindside block on North Medford and then an unsportsmanlike penalty against Roseburg. So either side, they walk off the penalty from the end of the play for North Medford. It walks it off there, and now they're going to walk it off against Roseburg. So it was back to the 37-yard line. And now they walk it off, and it basically, they negate each other, but they will rule both the penalties. So it was 2nd and 15, and I think it's going to stay second down. The penalty walked off from where the flags were at the 22. So 15-yarders for both teams. And we still wait for Brayton Loomis to make his way off the field here. And not great signs of what's happening down on the field here. Athletic Director Adam Blue is out there, has his phone out, and I got a feeling that they might be calling for some emergency medical services. So they're going to clear the way to let an ambulance get here, and we are going to have a little bit of a break here. Unfortunate that this is familiar when these two teams met last year down at Spiegelberg Stadium. In the early going of that game, the quarterback for North Medford was knocked out of the game and taken away on a stretcher after a sack fumble, a strip sack fumble recovery for Nick Parrish. Parrish got the sack, got the forced fumble, got the fumble recovery. But in the process, the quarterback for North Medford, and I apologize for the North Medford fans that might be tuning in to follow here tonight, I don't recall his name off the top of my head here, but he had to go out of the game. Actually, I think I wrote it down. I think it was Caden Lacey, if I remember correctly here. Caden Lacey, yeah, that's what I have as my notes. Hopefully that's accurate. I hate to be inaccurate and something like that. But so this is a familiar scene from last year when we saw an ambulance come out for a hit on the quarterback last year. Now it's Brayton Loomis, the defensive back for Roseburg, that is down, and we obviously are holding our breath just a little bit, hoping for this not to be as serious as it feels right now from up here in the booth. Again, want to say thanks to the medical staff that's on hand here every home game for Roseburg football. Lindsey Darren, the athletic trainer here at Roseburg High, along with the doctors from Centennial Orthopedic and Podiatry, Dr. Susan Williams and Robert Richardson out there helping out. While we wait to hopefully see some positive news out of the injury front down on the field, let's go ahead and take a break here. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout, and we'll come back. We'll get you caught up with where we're at in this ball game. Right now, our thoughts, our prayers going out to Brayton Loomis down on the far sideline with an injury that looks to be at least concerning, if not serious. So we'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back after 1 minute here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
They're still attending to Brayton Loomis down there on the field as we, I believe, are waiting for emergency services to get here and take him to be checked out. And we do hope the best for that young man. Obviously scary stuff there. You never want to see this, but we know that it is a physical game. And Roseburg's been showing it all night. They are playing with a physical nature tonight. They knew they had to muscle up and play tough against North Medford here this evening, going up against a physically strong team in the Black Tornado. And so I think they had a mentality they wanted to go out there and not be pushed around here tonight. And sometimes that can lead to some injuries. And we do hope the best for Brayton Loomis. Well, we've got a break in the action right now. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg football here on The Score. Back here, injury timeout on the field. When we resume play, it's going to be 2nd down and 2 for North Medford after pretty much offsetting penalties. They both went down, but in the books as penalties, but they pretty much negated each other with 15 against North Medford and 15 against Roseburg. Brayton Loomis is the man down on the field, and we are hoping for good news about that young man as the evening and the weekend wears on. Take a look at some score updates for you here from the Southwest Valley Conference, something like that. I'm not sure. Southwest Central Valley Conference. I'm not sure exactly what we're calling it. Special District number 1. Down at Spiegelberg Stadium, Sheldon putting it on South Medford. 21-0 at halftime in that one. Sheldon leading against the Panthers. That is one of the games going on here this evening in the conference. As for around the Umpqua Basin here tonight, taking a look at your BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. We had Elkton winning earlier today, 46-14. And the number 8 ranked Elks getting a big win there in 6-man football. That is the one score that we have to report to you so far. Our score at the moment is 9-7, Roseburg leading over North Medford with 4:40 to go in the second quarter. Some of the other scores just around the state here tonight. You've got, let's see here, Silverton leading 35-0 over Crescent Valley. Make that 34-8 now over Crescent Valley. Marist beating Cottage Grove 22-0. 7 minutes left to go in the first half of that one. So a couple of scores there to pass along to you from other games going on around the state here tonight. Yesterday you had some big showdowns going on in the Three Rivers League, which has kind of been dominating the state so far with their presence out there. And Lake Ridge beating Tigard 30-9 yesterday in a big one. And Tualatin and West Lynn, I believe it was. Number 1 versus number 3. And West Lynn continues to look like easily the most dominant team in the state at the 6A level this year. Ambulance making its way to the field, and they are going to open up the gate. And the ambulance going to drive out. Never a great sign. It's always scary for sure. And we hope the best for Brayton Loomis in this process. He's been down the whole time with athletic trainer Lindsey Darren hovering over the top of him, kind of talking to that young man. So Coach Heiberger walking around too with a grimace on his face. I'm sure he's just gut punched over what's happened to one of his guys out there. They are going to load up Brayton Loomis on a stretcher, and again, obviously, thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family as they, I'm sure, are worried sick about how their young man is going to be doing here. While we wait for them to attend to Brayton Loomis here, I was going to say, let's go ahead and take another quick break here. And we'll get one more in, and then we'll come back and we'll get back to things here. It's kind of hard to think that about football at times like this, but the game will eventually make its way back to action here, as Roseburg will have to figure out a way to put this out of their minds and maybe hold their concerns for their teammate for just a little longer while they finish out this first half. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout, and we'll come back as they attend to Brayton Loomis on the field for the Roseburg Indians here at Finlay Field. 4:40 to go, second quarter, 9-7, Roseburg in front on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Roseburg's players out there trying to get loose and trying to get their focus, get their headspace back in a spot where they can be ready to go for this one. Injury note that I was going to mention earlier but hadn't gotten a chance to. Landon Hodges looked like he had been suited up tonight. He was a guy that I believe went down with some injury issues last week, and his pads and jersey are on the trainer's table, and he's walking around in just a shirt and his football pants. So it appears his night is done as well. So Roseburg going to be limited in their secondary. I think Loomis might have been the guy that had come in for Hodges and been playing a little bit more often. And now Loomis is getting loaded onto a backboard just to kind of keep you up here, kind of doing play-by-play of all this. They're going to put him on a stretcher, and most likely they'll be taking him over to Mercy Medical Center for evaluation, and hopefully not as serious as all of this feels here at this point in time. Definitely, as you feel for that young man. And A.J. Pugliano was also one of the guys that was slow to get up, and he's sitting on the bench all by himself right now over on the far side. And that'll be something to watch, whether or not he was able to get up and walk off under his own power, but not sure if maybe something there to watch on his injury status going into this one, continuing on in this one. Yeah, they're not taking any precaution, or they're not missing any precautions in this process here with Brayton Loomis tonight. 4:40 to go in the second quarter. Roseburg leading 9-7. North Medford had come up with a big play and got it down to second and short after a big scramble by quarterback Traeger Healy. And at the conclusion of that play, a lot of bodies went flying out across the far sideline. There was an assessed blindside block on North Medford and a unsportsmanlike penalty against Roseburg. Might have been some back and forth going on afterwards, but big play, big hit, and it has put Roseburg's Brayton Loomis on the ground. So they are going to load him up here as we still wait. It's really crazy that this was something we experienced last year down at Spiegelberg Stadium with Roseburg playing against North Medford. It was North Medford's quarterback that ended up going to the hospital. And if I'm not mistaken, I know he was out for a while, possibly. I don't know if he missed the rest of the season or not. They'll get Loomis on the stretcher, and I really hope that this crowd will give him a big round of applause as they make their way towards the ambulance over there. Everybody's just kind of been waiting around, I think holding their breath a little bit on this whole process. And there is a round of applause for Braden Loomis, and again, we hope that that young man is okay. Coach Heiberger is going to be with him all the way over to the ambulance as he goes loaded up. So we hope the best there for Braden Loomis. They're going to let the teams warm up a little bit here as we resume play in this one here tonight. Taking a look at other games going on around the region here this evening. Let's take a look-see here. Sutherland is on the road at North Valley tonight, and it is 27-0 at halftime. North Valley leading in that one over the Bulldogs. So a quick score update for you there. You've also got South Umpqua at home against Brookings Harbor tonight. Douglas on the road at St. Mary's down in Medford. Also from the area this evening, you've got North Douglas Yoncalla at Rogue River. Reedsport is hosting Gold Beach. Oakland, number 3 Oakland welcomes in Glide tonight. 9-man football there. You've got 8-man football, for Camas Valley at number 8 Cross Point Christian. Earlier today, Elkton winning 46-14 on top of Prospect Charter Butte Falls. Tomorrow, it'll be Riddle at North Lake. And earlier this afternoon, Days Creek was on the road at Gilchrist. It's a quick look there at kind of the games going on. We'll try to see if we can get any other score updates for you at halftime as we get ready to bring you the BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. If you have an upcoming move taking you out of town, reach out to BTB Moving. They provide labor services for your moving needs. BTB Moving is veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. Senior and veteran discounts available. So book now at 541-315-0122 or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. They have loaded up Braden Loomis as the teams will warm up on the field. And Braden Loomis is going to be hopefully well taken care of and looked after, and hopefully will be all right when this is all said and done. The Roseburg Marching Band looks like they'll be performing at halftime here coming up. We've got some news on the marching band to pass along. Tonight is the pink night, all pink, for breast cancer awareness here tonight. So the student section was decked out in pink. I was walking around on the field before the game, and the cheerleaders were sporting a lot of their pink attire, and we're seeing a lot of students in the student section as they were getting into the stadium dressed up in pink as well. So you love to see those kind of things going on. Pink night tonight for the student section as they support breast cancer awareness and try to bring some of that here tonight. Looks like Lindsey Darren, the athletic trainer for Roseburg, is actually now over there on the far sideline taping up the knee for A.J. Pugliano. So he was kind of waiting his turn to get attended to by the medical staff after they obviously attended to the more serious need in Braden Loomis, as they will now take the ambulance out of here. I think they were trying to figure out direct where the ambulance is going. They're going to take him out to the far side and out into the Laurelwood neighborhood and drive it out of here that way. Lengthy break in the action here for the injury, and as the ambulance will leave the field, we wish the best for Braden Loomis and for Braden Loomis and then his family. We wish the best for him, and hopefully everything will be all right there for that young man. They will head off the field head out of the stadium here. And out they go. Yeah, that's just tough. I'm not sure exactly all to say about that, and we've obviously filled some time talking about it, but just makes you a little sick to your stomach when those things happen. We all kind of know that is part of the possibility out there on the football field. Nobody wants to see it. And we wish Brayton Loomis the best and hope that we see him back here on the sideline soon enough for the Roseburg Indians. As I say that, the teams will retake the field, and we will continue here in this second quarter. It is a 9-7 ball game. Roseburg in front of North Medford. The Black Tornado will take the field. They move a man in motion, hand it off to Robbins, running up the middle on second and short. He's going to get just enough for the first down. As he gets into the line of scrimmage, spins back to his right and takes it to the 19. Needed 2, he picks up 3. And so from the 22 to the 19, a pickup of 3 for Robbins, and it is first down and 10 for North Medford. So the Black Tornado will pick up a fresh set of downs. A.J. Pugliano was not on the field on that last play, and he is now on the sideline stretching out a new tape job on his left knee. So he's looking to see if he gets back into the game here. Meeker will get it, runs around the left side, got a couple of blocks, and there is a penalty flag out on North Medford, as the officials might have seen a block in the back or a hold against the Black Tornado offensive line. Meeker stretching around the far side of the field, got to the edge and was close to a first down gain, but this one looks to be coming back. It is a block in the back against North Medford. So North Medford, penalties have been big for them so far tonight. They've hurt themselves a few times. They've been able to make up with it with some big plays, but definitely they've found a way to push themselves back on this one. 10-yard penalty will drop them back to the 29-yard line. And they'll have first down and 20. Got to get it to the 9 for a first down. They're looking for the end zone to try and retake the lead. 4:01 to go here in the second quarter. Roseburg leading this one 9-7 after a 24-yard field goal by Jacob Michael put Roseburg in front. Black Tornado break the huddle. Still no Pugliano out there. You've got Kelly and Cicero to the right side of the formation. 2 backs in the backfield with Healy. Calls for the snap, looking to pass, looking to his right, dumps it out into the flats for Meeker. Meeker able to make the catch. Nick Parrish got his hands on him and was able to hold on just enough to bring him down after a short pickup to the 23. It was a pass play for 6 yards, but it could have been more. There wasn't a lot of protection out there in the flats on Meeker, but he makes the catch and was knocked off of his center of balance by Nick Parrish, who just got his hands on him and was able to force him down. Makes it second down and 14, 3:24 and counting here in the first half. Roseburg will send some pressure, running away from it on the far side, tracked down and stopped in the backfield. A loss of 2 for Meeker. Coming up to make the stop, Maverick Akers getting Meeker in the backfield, and North Medford pushed back to the 25, losing 2. And Meeker can't get around the edge, loses 2, makes it third down. And it is about 16 yards to go here for North Medford. They'll likely 4-down territory, I'd presume. Roseburg trying to get off the field. They've forced North Medford into a turnover on downs our last 2 possessions. Looking to pass, trying to set up the screen, complete to Robbins. He's got blockers, weaves his way through. He's going to find his way all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, North Medford. And the Black Tornado retake the lead on 3rd and long. They dial up the screen, and it works to perfection. Second touchdown of the night for Jeremiah Robbins. First passing touchdown of the evening for Traeger Healy. The back out of the backfield, weaving his way for the touchdown. Left-footed kicker out to try and put this one through. Caden Morris, and penalty flags out before he can get the boot away. So penalty flag, we'll see if this moves North Medford closer. Nope, it's going to move them back. False start. First touchdown pass of the night for Healy. Second grab of the night for Robbins. He's got 39 yards on 2 receptions. So the penalty will back up the North Medford PAT unit, spotted down at the 15. The kick away from 25 yards. It's good. And so Caden Morris will add the extra point to make it 14-9. A 5-point ball game. North Medford in front with 2:27 to go here in the first half. Roseburg's defense came up with a couple of big stops, but they couldn't make the stop on a screenplay. Let's take 30 seconds, and we'll come back here with the second quarter on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Still almost 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. It's now North Medford back in front by 5. Kickoff goes to the 5-yard line for Caden Eckel. He'll move his way up the hash marks. He bounces back out, still on his feet, trying to find some space. Boy, he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 white jerseys trying to tackle Caden Eckel, and he weaves his way through almost all of them and needed maybe just one more to miss to break that one free. Half the kickoff coverage team swung and missed at Caden Eckel, who was just so shifty sometimes, but he's not able to break his way free. So 2:19 to go here in the first half. Roseburg with the football starting at their own 22-yard line. Owen Bentia in shotgun with Eckel to his right. High snap, pulls it in, pass out to the far side, just out of the reach of Caden Austin out there. Not a lot on the passing night for Owen Bentia, just 3 for 10, but when he's hit him big. A 28-yarder, an 18-yarder, and a 78-yard touchdown pass. So when he's connected, it's gone for good distance. Unfortunately, it's been few and far between so far. Second down and 10 from their own 22. Motion, Eckel out of the backfield, looking to pass. Got a man wide open on the seam route. Catch made, bounces off the defender, tackled forward, and now some wrestling around on the ground. I want to say that's Brogan Rackley. It does look like Rackley, number 8 on the catch. And Rackley moves the chains on a big catch out to the 36-yard line, a pickup of 14. Roseburg quickly going back to it, trying to set up the screen. That ball right in the middle, nearly picked off by one of the D linemen. Caden Eckel there in the area fighting for it as well, but it falls incomplete. It'll be second down and 10 as the Tribe was trying to go quick for a screenplay and see if they could catch North Medford out of position. Trips to the left side, Stedman, Robinson, and Austin. And one man spread to the far side of the field, I believe St. Clair out there. Eckel faked the handoff, looking to pass, going to go down the field. Coming back to the football, catch made by Robinson. Breaks to the hash mark, cuts it back out to the numbers. Now back to the middle of the field, and he's going to get wrapped up. He was dancing back and forth, but he made a great play to come back to the football and gets out to the 36-yard line, North Medford half of the field. From 136 to the other. And that'll go down as a 28-yard completion for Bentia to Robinson, his second 28-yard catch of the night. Looking to pass again, Bentia over the middle. That ball dangerous, almost pulled in, but Robinson a little chippy back and forth, and both sides going back and forth. Landon Meeker, the guy that got an earful from Robinson, he wasn't happy with the hit he took. But both sides will let cooler heads prevail, and they walk back to their own side of the field after the incompletion stops the clock with 1:40 to go here in the first half. It'll be second down and 10 from the North Medford 36 for Roseburg, trailing 14-9. Add the extra point for those that are watching online on the video stream. Handed off to Eckel. He makes a sidestep in the middle. Got past the line of scrimmage. Needed to step out of one more tackle, but they swallow him up in the middle of the field. They're going to spot the ball down to the 33-yard line. A pickup of 3 for Eckel. Down to 1:20 to go here in the first half. And whistles will stop the play. And timeout taken by Roseburg. We'll keep it right here. Roseburg trailing 14-9 against North Medford. They've had a couple of big plays on this drive, and they are still showing some competitive nature out there, despite the fact that we are obviously thinking of teammate Brayton Loomis, who was taken off on a stretcher to the hospital here tonight. I can't imagine what it's like to try and put that out of your mind and play a football game. But Roseburg looking to try and hold strong and play tough against North Medford for their teammate, who is getting evaluated after a big hit on the far sideline. So we've got 1:18 to go here in the second quarter. Roseburg facing third down and 7. Motion Eckel out of the backfield, looking to pass. And a penalty flag out on the pass play to McLean Stedman. A couple of flags will come out. They're sitting at about the 29.5-yard line. There was a defender draped over McLean Stedman, and that would be Jaden Murdoch, a senior. Stedman trying to fight back to the football. Had the defender on him. Pass interference is going to be the call. And Roseburg, look, we saw them look really good against Sheldon on their first drive of the game last week. And so you know they can do it at times. They've just got to find ways to be more consistent. And tonight they've gotten a little bit of help from the North Medford penalty flags. But they're making plays when they need to. They spot the football down to the 18-yard line after the penalty. Again, looking to pass with a man around his ankles. That ball nearly intercepted. A penalty flag out. Nolan Kelly almost stepped in front of that one as Bentia, probably an ill-advised attempt to pass that one and avoid the sack, threw it on the seam route. And I believe the North Medford going to get penalized again on another pass interference. That was kind of a duck out there, just left to be grabbed. And they're going to walk this one off, so it is pass interference against North Medford. Another penalty on the Black Tornado. And if Roseburg can capitalize here in the final 1:11 to go in the first half, they could take a halftime lead into the locker room against North Medford. They spot the football down to the 9-yard line, half the distance to the goal. It's first down and a yard for the Tribe. Fake the handoff, looking to pass. That ball tipped up in the air, picked off by North Medford. And a big hit on the return. And North will come away with the first takeaway. And now penalty flags out at the end of it, pushing and shoving. Jeremiah Robbins in there. And a little bit more there. So there's a lot. This is getting chippy out there. And the officials are trying to tell Roseburg to head back to their sideline. So an interception threw into a lot of traffic there, did Bentia. And with the pushing and shoving at the end of it, I didn't catch who made the pick for North Medford. And now we wait to see what the penalties are and how this all works out with 1:04 to go in the first half. Look, Roseburg probably, after one of their teammates goes down, they're a little bit chippy about that. North Medford, the favored team in this matchup. Roseburg trying to play up and bring an aggressive nature to it, and there's just some extra pushing and shoving at the end of that, and we'll see how it all works out here. North Medford coach Nathan Chin in his third year, leading things for the Black Tornado, out there at the 30-yard line waiting on the call from the officials. So it was a fairly quick pace and competitive first quarter. A little back and forth. It was 7-6 after one. North Medford in front. Obviously, the lengthy timeout and breaking the action with the injury timeout for Brayton Loomis. But now things have slowed down a bit with some extracurriculars happening on both sides. Roseburg was facing 1st and 1 on that interception at the goal line. And that is, I almost wondered about the broadcaster's jinx on that one as I was talking about Roseburg going into the locker room with a lead, if they could capitalize on that drive. And what do you know, it came true. We're waiting on the result of 4 penalty flags out on the field right now. Here comes our Whitecap. He's going to walk over to talk with one of the assistant coaches, Al Springer, for Roseburg, and explain this one for him here. And a coach or a referee is on the far sideline talking with Nathan Chin and the North Medford coaching staff. So I got a feeling it looks like this might be a little bit of activity on both teams with these hankies. And so we'll wait to see where they eventually spot this one. As far as I would imagine that there's no way they overturn the interception. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be North Medford football with 1:04 to go here in the first half of this ball game. Here comes the call. So unsportsmanlike penalty against North Medford. And then another unsportsmanlike penalty against Roseburg. Then another unsportsmanlike penalty against North Medford. So North Medford's going to have 2 unsportsmanlike penalties. Roseburg gets 1. It is a North Medford football. So that 3 unsportsmanlike penalties total on that play. And they will eventually spot the football. So I guess 2 of them negate each other. They spot the football down at the 7-yard line. So the return took it out to the 14, and I guess they'll give them half the distance to the goal line. So North Medford will have it at their own 7. They get their first takeaway of the night. That'll be the 5th interception thrown by Owen Bentia this season. 1st and 10, North Medford trying to work its way out from its own shadow of its own end zone and at least just not give up yardage as this first half comes to a close. Handed off, running onto the far side. Meeker around the edge, lowers the shoulder as he dives out of bounds. Stops the clock. He picks up good yardage on first down. Out to the 15, picking up 8 yards on the ground. Still no A.J. Pugliano out there. And he looks to be, I think that's him over there, it looks to be limping around pretty significantly. And he's getting help from a teammate as he walks around on the sideline. So Pugliano, he might be done for the night. It's 2nd down and short. Mishandled snap, but pulled in by Traeger Healy. He likes to receive that snap with his throwing hand. He just sticks one paw out there. He was able to pull that one in, and he gets it to Jeremiah Robbins, and Robbins takes it out to the 20, picks up 5, and moves the chains. And so it'll be 1st down and 10 North Medford, 54 seconds left to go here in the first half. Black Tornado leading by 5. They'll get the football to start the second half. Healy calls for it, dropping back, looking to pass over the middle. Knocked away. Brogan Rackley with the pass breakup there. Incomplete. Pass intended for Connor Cicero. And a nice job, didn't get there too early. Brogan Rackley reaching from the back of the receiver, got his right arm around him and just swatted that one out of the hands of Cicero. 2nd and 10, 49.5 seconds to play here in the first half. Roseburg sends some pressure. They try to run to the left, and at the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go. And Meeker taken down in the backfield, a loss of a yard. Maverick Akers, one of the last guys off the pile there, as Roseburg swarms to the football, dropping Meeker for a 1-yard loss. Clock running, 24 seconds to go. Does North Medford run another play, or do they head to the locker room happy with a 5-point lead in what has been a very physical and aggressive first half of football? Here on this Friday night, 8 seconds to go. And they'll get one more play off. It's Jeremiah Robbins running left side, nowhere to go, and the first half is going to come to a close with Jeremiah Robbins picking up 1 yard to the 20. And that is how our first half of football comes to an end. It is 14-9. And North Medford leading. A turnover in the red zone for Roseburg. Kind of brutal there as the first half comes to an end. But a 5-point lead, not too shabby there for the Roseburg Indians. They'll see if they can keep the momentum and keep the emotions in check as they head to the locker room and look to try and come out for a second half and see if they can put together 2 more quarters of football to try and pull off a big upset here at home tonight against the vaunted Black Tornado. At the break, it's 14-9. Roseburg trailing against North Medford. We'll head to the halftime break. We'll recap the first half scoring, take a look at individual statistics from the first half, and get a chance to hear a little bit from the Roseburg High School Marching Band. Don't go anywhere. Back with your halftime show after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Welcome into the halftime show here from Finlay Field at Roseburg High School. Our score at the break, 14-9 in a physical affair between the Roseburg Indians and the number 9 ranked North Medford Black Tornado. Joey Kieran here with you, helping me out here tonight. The wonderful Angela Kieran here in the booth running the video for us here this evening. Back in the studio, Connor McLean helping out on the radio production this evening. Thanks to everybody for tuning in and joining us for what has been a competitive and physical, that's going to be the polite way I put it here, first half of football. It's definitely been a lot of activity out there on the field as both these teams really fighting and scrapping to try and fight for their side. And we'll see how the second half works out here. But right now, Roseburg hanging in there with North Medford. 14-9 your score at the break. We do want to say that we send out very good positive vibes, prayers, thoughts, whatever you subscribe to. We want to say that we hope that Brayton Loomis is all right and went off on a stretcher in an ambulance to the hospital here tonight after a late hit that saw some penalty flags come out. But more importantly, he was on the field for a while. They stabilize him on a backboard, take him out on a stretcher, and we hope that he is okay. And we look forward to seeing him on the Roseburg sideline again in the near future. Whether he's playing or not, we just look forward to seeing him out there with his teammates. That's what matters the most. At the break, 14-9, recapping your scoring from the first half as the Roseburg marching band gets ready to perform. It was North Medford that scored first on a 6-yard touchdown run by Jeremiah Robbins. The kick by Caden Morris made it 7-0. Roseburg would respond 3 plays later on a 78-yard touchdown pass from Owen Bentia to Dane St. Clair, who makes his first touchdown grab of the season. The kick was no good. It was 7-6, and that was your score at the end of one. Roseburg would force North Medford into back-to-back turnovers on down, and the last one came on a high snap on a punt attempt. The snap went over the head of the punter. He had to just jump on it, tried to run with the football, but couldn't escape, and that gave the ball back to Roseburg at the North Medford 2. Unfortunately, Roseburg couldn't capitalize with a touchdown. They'd settle for 3 points. A 24-yard field goal by Jacob Michael through the uprights, put it up and made it Roseburg 9, North Medford 7, with 7:44 to go in the first half. North Medford would return the favor, though. They would score on a 25-yard screenplay to Jeremiah Robbins, his second touchdown of the night, this time through the air on the pass by Traeger Healy, his 13th touchdown pass of the season. The kick by Caden Morris was good, and it's 14-9. That is your score here at the halftime break. We're going to go ahead and let the Roseburg marching band play a little bit for you here. Let's tune in and listen to Roseburg High Marching Band.
Odysseus is swamping full of trouble, Better beside him, and with that, he rounded the clouds together, both hands clutching his...
The Roseburg marching band out there playing, and we'll send you out to break with them here in just a few moments, but I wanted to pass along this interesting note about the RHS marching band. This last weekend, they competed in their first competition of the season up at Sprague High School. The marching band ensemble took third place of all the bands in attendance for both prelims and finals. They were the second most improving band for prelims to finals, and this was the highest score that they've ever earned at a first competition in over 20 years for the Roseburg High Marching Band. So setting the tone early for their competition season. We'll go ahead and listen to a little bit more of the Roseburg High Marching Band. Here at the break, it's 14-9. Roseburg trailing by 5 against North Medford. The Black Tornado will have the football to start the second half. We'll take a look at individual stats when we come back. Roseburg and North Medford here at Finlay Field at Roseburg High. We'll have the second half for you here in just a bit. We continue on with the halftime show after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Thanks for tuning in to today's broadcast of Roseburg High School Sports on The Score.
This broadcast is presented by
Flyaway Travel, Fisher's Hearth and Home, Cascade Community Credit Union,
Roseburg Honda,
BTB Moving,
Susan Gregg Allstate Insurance,
and also by Dr. Ullens and Randall, DC Farmers Co-op, Mountain Mike's Pizza, Roseburg Disposal,
Tim's Appliance and Mattress,
Abby's Pizza, and Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair.
Sisyphus, bold and cunning, fell afoul of the gods.
Back here at halftime from Finlay Field at Roseburg High. 14-9 your score here at the break. Let's take a look at some of your individual stats from the first half and remind you to stick around in the postgame show when we name tonight's Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Mountain Mike's Pizza the way it ought to be. There's still time for you probably to stop by Mountain Mike's Pizza for dinner tonight. They are at the corner of Bellows and Harvard here in Roseburg. If it wasn't for the I-5 overpass and some of the buildings, I probably could spot Mountain Mike's over there as cars drive by on I-5 here tonight. From the first half, we'll start off with the visiting team, North Medford, leading 14-9. Through the air, 14 for 20 for Traeger Healy. The sophomore has one touchdown pass, and he started out the game 8 for 8 through the air. He's got 187 yards, the one TD on 14 of 20. His big target in the first half was Connor Cicero by yardage. Cicero 4 catches for 83 yards. A.J. Pugliano had 5 catches for 34 yards. Nolan Kelly had 1 catch for 25, but it's Jeremiah Robbins who has 2 catches for 39 yards and a touchdown. On the ground, Jeremiah Robbins with the touchdown as well. He had the rushing score of 6 yards in the first quarter. He's carried 10 times for 33 yards total. Landon Meeker, 6 carries for 22 yards. On the other side for Roseburg, Owen Bentia, he hasn't been great through the air, but when he's hit them, they've gone for distance. 5 of 15 through the air for 166 yards. Now, 78 of those come on the only touchdown that he has thrown on the night, and actually the only touchdown for Roseburg this evening, a 78-yard touchdown score to Dane St. Clair, who has 2 catches for 96 yards, his best night of the season, catching his first touchdown pass of the year. Brody Robinson, 2 catches for 56 yards, and Brogan Rackley, 1 catch for 14 yards here tonight. On the ground for Roseburg, not a lot there. Caden Eckel, 6 carries for 20 yards. Owen Bentia, 1 scramble for 4 yards, and Caden Austin had 1 carry for -3. That is a look at your first half statistics here tonight. At the break, it is North Medford leading this one 14-9 on top of Roseburg. A touchdown, missed extra point, and a field goal for the Tribe. A pair of touchdowns for Jeremiah Robbins and the North Medford Black Tornado so far here tonight. Second half action is just a little while away. Teams will be coming out of the locker room and getting warmed up here soon. When we come back, we'll take a look at your updates on the scoreboard, your BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. We'll have that for you when we come back. Some scores to pass along from around the conference and here in the Umpqua Basin tonight. I'm Joey Kieran. It's halftime. Roseburg down by 5. Back after another 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Teams coming out of the locker room and getting ready for the second half of tonight's ball game. Before we kick off the second half of tonight's game, taking a look at your BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. Well, let's first check in with some local scores for you. It was Sutherland, last we checked here, Sutherland trailing against North Valley tonight. That one, where was it? Well, it was in there somewhere. North Valley 27 and Sutherland 0 at halftime in that score. So not a good first half there for the Sutherland Bulldogs against a very good North Valley team down in the Grants Pass area. Then earlier today, Elkton 46-14 over Prospect Charter Butte Falls. And I was looking to see if maybe we could find a South Umpqua score for you, but don't have that right now. And Douglas and St. Mary's meeting down in Medford at Lithia and Driveway Fields down there. So those are some of the games going on right now. You've also got 9-man football tonight, North Douglas Yoncalla at Rogue River. Reedsport hosting Gold Beach. Oakland welcomes in Glide. And 8-man football, Camas Valley at Cross Point Christian tonight. And then earlier today, Days Creek at Gilchrist, some of the other games going on around the region here tonight. From the conference, you have Sheldon and South Medford squaring off. And in that one, third quarter, Sheldon 27, South Medford 0. Pretty surprising score there. South Medford has not pushed back against the Irish so far here tonight. Also, North Salem 15, Grants Pass 14. So Sheldon and South Medford, that's a surprising score. North Salem and Grants Pass, a very surprising score. Grants Pass has not necessarily looked like a great team but this season, but they are hanging close with North Salem. So we've had some surprising first-half scores so far, it looks like, here tonight. My own Barlow Bruins trailing against Nelson, a team that Roseburg faced earlier in the season. Nelson in the Mount Hood Conference winning against Barlow 14-0. Also, you've got Marist 43, Cottage Grove nothing in the third quarter there. Elmira up 30-14. Elmira is playing. I'm not sure who Elmira is playing tonight. The update I have doesn't mention who's on the other side of that one. So, Siuslaw and Elmira. Elmira leading in that one. Silverton and Crescent Valley. Last time we had a score update on that one. 62-8. Silverton leading Crescent Valley at halftime. Sorry, Tom Eggers on that one. And also Sisters leading Cresswell 28-6. And Days Creek beats Gilchrist 38-20 earlier today. So a final score there from Douglas County. All righty. We've got some scores there for you. Again, that's your BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. If you've got a move taking you out of town, get in touch with BTB Moving. They'll provide the labor services for your moving needs. They're efficient, careful, dependable, and they are veteran-owned, and they've got senior and veteran discounts available. You can book now at 541-315-0122 or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. Just about to get ready for the second half of action here. 14-9 is our score. North Medford on top of Roseburg, and the Black Tornado will be getting the football to start the second half as the buzzer sounds and the halftime break has concluded. So we'll see if Roseburg, I think it's really what it's going to be is halftime momentum and adjustments as they bring the captains out towards midfield and the two teams are going to meet. And I think the officials want to have a word with the captains to say, look, things got chippy at the end of this ball game. We want this one to be clean. We don't want any more people hurt, and we want folks to have a good game here tonight. So I think the officials trying to send a message out there to the two teams to say, hey, look, this is on you guys. We want to see this one played fairly and cleanly. So we'll see how that goes, but our score here at the break, North Medford in front. And I think they always talk about, I forget the term they like to use it. I forget the term they like to use, but that, final couple of minutes of the first half and the first couple of minutes of the second half, those are where games can really turn. The tide can turn. And so we'll see if Roseburg can come out and match the momentum or match the energy that North Medford brings out. And maybe Roseburg can come out with even more. Some good news here. We've gotten word on the video stream that Brayton Loomis is up and walking. That is fantastic news, and thank you so much for the update on the video stream there. Really good news that Brayton Loomis up and walking, just going to be sore, and that is about the best news that we can hear here tonight. So there you go. Carol Morris on the video stream, very big fan of the marching band. So are we. I just can't not talk, though. We got some things to cover during the halftime show. I apologize for talking through it. Second half about to get underway. That ball bounces, stays out of the end zone. It's a live ball on the ground. It's still loose, and a penalty flag comes out as Roseburg almost found a way to jump on that football inside the 5. Down on the kickoff there. Roseburg almost recovered an onside kick at Sheldon last week, and that ball, North Medford just let it kind of take its time. And Nolan Kelly now limping around on the field a little bit, and we'll wait to see what the penalty flag is about here, but this might back up North Medford as they might have been called for a hold as Roseburg tried to get to the football. The flag is down at about the 3-yard line. They're going to walk it off from the 5. It is a penalty against North Medford, so they'll start with the football at their own 2-yard line. And that is, look, if you're Roseburg, I think that's kind of a sign that that's something you want to see. Now you got to bring some momentum here and try to start off this second half by coming out and putting some pressure on North Medford. They've got a sophomore quarterback who has looked very good this season, but he's still just a sophomore. They'll start at their own 2-yard line, 1st and 10. Kelly stays in the game after limping a little bit. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Not a lot of space for North Medford to run there. Carry by Meeker. He gets it to the 4-yard line and picks up 2. Landon Meeker on the first carry of the second half. It is 2nd down and 8. Roseburg looking to the sideline. Will get the call. Parrish, Bradfield on the left side of the line. You've got Parker and Luther on the right side. They're going to run that left side of the offense, right side of the defense, and Landon Meeker is going to give North Medford some breathing room. And Meeker will come up with a big play that will help get some momentum for North Medford out of the locker room. He breaks free over the left side out to the 24-yard line. Longest run of the night for Landon Meeker. Longest run of the night for North Medford. 1st and 10 from the 24 for the Black Tornado, leading at 14-9. 10:58 to go here in the third period. And shotgun Healy, a couple of claps, gets the snap, looking for a quick pass to the near side. Caught, but hit immediately, and nowhere to go for Nolan Kelly. And Kelly will roll back up. He had Connor Cicero out there trying to block for him, and Cicero had 2 defenders to try and tie up, and neither gets held up. They break into the backfield and drop Nolan Kelly for a loss. That's the play we saw him run a number of times to A.J. Pugliano in the first half. And this time it's Kelly that gets it. He goes back 3 yards on the completion from Healy. We have not seen Pugliano out there so far to start this second half. Looking to pass again for Healy. Pressure coming. They set up the screen to Meeker. He'll race to the far hash mark. It's tracked down at about the 23. Ball came out at the end, but it's whistled dead. And Meeker gets to the 23-yard line, picking up 2. And it's 3rd down and long for the Black Tornado. So now Roseburg needs to stand tall here. They've struggled on 3rd down and long, trying to get off the field. Pugliano, no, that's Meeker over on the sideline, rubbing out his lower leg, it looked like. Robbins into the game. North Medford dealing with some injuries here tonight. Roseburg will drop back into coverage, looking to pass, going near side at the sticks. No, the pass is called incomplete, carried out of bounds on the far side. Roseburg will come up with the stop. The completion was made to Colton Miller. The junior made the catch, but he couldn't get a foot down in bounds, and it'll go down as incomplete, and it'll be 4th and 11 for the Black Tornado. Good defense there by Roseburg. Great catch by Miller, but he just couldn't get a foot down in bounds. And I think that's Pugliano in street clothes on the sideline. Not a great punt here for North Medford, but it'll take a great bounce. It'll go across the 50. It landed at about the 40 on North Medford's half and then took a great roll for the Black Tornado. But Roseburg's defense will hold, forces a punt out of the Black Tornado, who are losing players left and right to injury. Pugliano out. Landon Meeker is on the sideline getting attended to by the athletic trainer. And so we'll see if North Medford can survive the injuries. They wear off 3 minutes off the third quarter clock. Roseburg will get the football at their own 42-yard line. Looking to try and re-grab the lead in this one, trailing 14-9. Owen Bentia in at quarterback. Pistol formation, gives the handoff to Eckel, running left side of the line. He'll pick up good yardage. A nice little chunk on 1st down. Out to the 46. Picks up 4. We have not seen Corey Kimball, the sophomore for Roseburg, so far tonight at the quarterback spot. Last week, a tough one for Kimball. But we had been, for the last couple of weeks, been seeing the 2 quarterbacks used throughout the game. Roseburg will sub in a lot of different guys. Robinson comes out of the game. You've got Stedman and Rackley to the near side. Eckel in the backfield. St. Clair spread out far to the wide side. They hand it off. No, excuse me, that is Akers running. And Maverick Akers caught by his left foot and loses his shoe as he stretches to the 49. Nope, they'll put him down at the 48-yard line. And now a player down for North Medford again. First carry of the night for Maverick Acres goes to the 48-yard line, picking up 2. Still on Roseburg's half of the field. And we've got a man down for the busy night tonight for the Black Tornadoes and the athletic trainers. And getting a hand up, left ankle, it looks like, is the trouble spot for Trey Kennedy Coleman. And he's going to limp under his own power to the sideline. And that's at least some positive news, but it's taken him some effort to get to the sideline there, and he's going to have some teammates come out and help him to the sideline as North Medford. Their roster not very big this season. I was a little surprised by the number of players on the varsity roster for North Medford. And they are losing them left and right. But Roseburg here facing 3rd down and 4. They've got to get it to the North Medford 48. Clock stopped right now because of the penalty, and they'll get it going after Roseburg, Caden Eckel out there tighten up in his shoes. He will set up to the left of Bentia. 2 targets to the left side. They motion Eckel out of the backfield. Looking to pass. No penalty flag out. Linebacker jumped all over the back of Brogan Rackley on a quick slant route over the middle. Incomplete. Stops the clock with 7:54 to play here in the 3rd. And Roseburg facing 4th down and 4. Cameron Nix, the defender, getting in to break up that pass. Roseburg leaves the offense on the field. See if they can get a conversion on 4th down. They look to the sideline after the hard count. North Medford stays onside, and a timeout taken down on the field. I forgot, as always, to add the timeouts back after halftime. So, let's see, it wasn't a North Medford timeout, just real quick. It was, I believe, a Roseburg timeout, their first of the second half. Real quickly, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg football here on The Score. Getting a score update from Tri-City, 47-19 South Umpqua. Not sure if that's a final score or not, but nonetheless, a score update, and South Umpqua looking good down there. Always good to hear. 4th down out of the timeout by Roseburg. They still have the offense. No, excuse me. They have Jacob Michael out, the punter. Corey Kimball, the sophomore quarterback, is the personal protector. Trips to the right side. Michael will kick this one away. He gets a high, wobbly kick, not very deep. It will take a Roseburg roll. Somebody should probably protect that, make sure it doesn't take any roll backwards. It does just a bit, but they down it just short of the 30. So Roseburg had good field position, could not get anything going, and they give it back to North Medford. Bug just flew into my eyeball. Bugs sure do love the lights at this time of night, and one just flew right into my eyeball. I don't see well enough as it is, Bugs. Leave me alone. 29-yard line is where North Medford will start with the football. Their second drive of the second half, leading 14-9 against the Tribe. Healy turns, hands it off, running up the middle. Meeker back into the ballgame for the Black Tornado as he submarines his way to the 31-yard line. A short pickup on 1st down, getting 2. His 9th carry of the night. Good to see that he's back in there. As mentioned, busy night for the trainers tonight. On Roseburg sideline, athletic trainer Lindsey Darren, along with Centennial Orthopedic and Podiatry doctors Susan Williams and Robert Richardson. We appreciate them being the team doctors for Roseburg High School. Handing it off again, Meeker trying to weave through the middle, and there's just not a lot there for Roseburg or for North Medford. A penalty flag out at the end. The two sides just continue to be a lot of pushing and shoving, but that one, at least from what I was seeing from up here, a lot of it seemed to be in the pace of the play, but a penalty flag out from the far side. Yes, thank you. Safety goggles could be helpful. The comment section on the video stream tonight, active. You got to love it. And the video stream presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate their sponsorship. It's a face mask penalty against Roseburg. So they walk it off from the 31. And then the Roseburg penalty will take it out to the 47-yard line. So a big penalty there against the Tribe. First down and 10 now for North Medford, leading by 5, 6:52 and counting to go here in the third. Shotgun snap, looking to pass, looks out to his left on the short route. Catch made, and Roseburg gang tackling, able to bring down the man out there. The catch made for North Medford. We're getting some new numbers in with the ranks getting depleted a little bit. Catch made by Tate Snyder. Snyder takes it to the 49, Roseburg's half of the field. A pickup of 4 through the air. Snyder with his first catch of the night. Tate Snyder, a junior wide receiver. Trips to the right side for the Black Tornado. Handed off. Robbins is going to stretch to the far side. He will have the first down as he tight ropes and tiptoes to the 42-yard line and out of bounds. A first down carry for the senior running back. Robbins will pick up 7 on that run. And a fresh set of downs here for the Black Tornado as they march into Roseburg territory, eating up time on the clock. Out of bounds, so the clock stops at 6:05 here in the third. Looking to pass to his right. Got a man open down there. The throw off target intended for Cicero, who spins his way down, claps his hands as he gets back up. Frustrated he couldn't get back to that football. The pass just a little off the mark there for Healy. But he had a man wide open. And Cicero's a guy you want to hit. We know what he can do with the football in his hands. Last week, 8 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. He's got 2 touchdown grabs on the season. And earlier tonight, Cicero had a 41-yard reception. Didn't go for a touchdown, but it was a big catch and run. Second down and 10 after the incompletion. Handed off, a little bit of a delayed handoff to the left side. Carrying is Robbins. Eluding tackler, stays in bounds, cuts back towards the numbers. And he will carry all the way to the 9-yard line. And some good blocking up front for North Medford to break free Jeremiah Robbins. He takes it to the 9, and that is a pickup of 33 on the ground for the senior. And that'll be his longest run of the night by far. Previous best was 10 yards back in the first quarter. He sets up North Medford to first and goal from the 9. 5:37 to go. 14-9. Roseburg trailing by 5. North Medford trying to stretch the lead. Turn handed. It's going to be a new man running out of the backfield. Cutting up the hash marks. On the carry, Jacob Owings. And Owings, his first carry of the night for him, goes for 5 yards down to the 4. So a stable of players getting a chance to play tonight here for North Medford. Pugliano out of this game. Also, they've lost left tackle Trey Kennedy Coleman is on the bench right now, and I don't think that he's looking like he's coming back in. So bit of a depleted North Medford staff here tonight. Looking for the pass. Blitz coming, spinning out of it. Rolling to his left. Goes Healy at the line of scrimmage. He is run out of bounds. Thought about trying to tuck it in and pass, but he will hang on to it, and it'll be third down and goal from the 4 on the scramble by Healy, who was able to get out of the backfield after Roseburg blitzed through the middle, almost had him. I want to say that was probably Nick Parrish because, let's be honest, if there's a guy blitzing through and getting to the quarterback, it's usually Nick Parrish. 4:42, clock stopped after the play out of bounds. Tied into the left of the formation for North Medford. Handed off to Robbins. Blitz comes from the backside. He gets out of it. He's scrambling, and he's tripped up back at the 10-yard line. It's Dylan Bradfield that's able to get to him as Robbins nearly got taken down. He did a good job of spinning out of it. Tried to revert back to his right, and he ended up getting taken down by the ankles as Bradfield comes in for the TFL. Tackle for loss, a loss of 6 yards on the play. And it's now 4th down and goal from the 10 for North Medford. They'll bring out the kicker, Caden Morris. Last week was 3 for 4 on PATs. So far tonight, he is 2 for 2 on PATs. He has not kicked a field goal all season, according to what I'm looking at here. Oh, no, excuse me. He has 2 field goals this season. Timeout taken down on the field. It's the first for North Medford here in the second half. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back after this on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For the beauty, the adventure, and all the unique surroundings that the Umpqua Valley has to offer with the Neal Company Real Estate. Serving Douglas County since 1977, we're a veteran-owned company with experienced agents who are ready to walk you through the real estate process. We are passionate about helping people buy or sell their dream homes because they're our neighbors, and we like to see our community thrive. Live the Oregon dream in the Umpqua Valley.
So it's a field goal attempt out of the timeout by North Medford. This is going to be a 27-yard attempt for the left-footed kicker, Caden Morris. The spot is down, the kick away, and it's going to be a penalty against Roseburg as coming in to try and block the kick. Brody Robinson ran into the kicker. The field goal was good from 27 yards out. But there is the penalty flag down. And Roseburg trying to claim that Brody Robinson was blocked into the kicker and therefore shouldn't be called for a penalty. We'll see if that's the way the officials will rule it here. He clearly made contact with the kicker. I did not necessarily see. I looked up to see if the kick was good. And as I was doing that, I noticed the contact, so. But they've got an official running to the North Medford sideline to talk with the coaches over there, so that leads me to believe that they may be calling this against Roseburg. So if he was blocked into it, then it would just be a field goal good. I'm rewinding back on YouTube. Yeah, he was pushed into him. Going back, and the luxury of video replay is nice. But the officials obviously down on the field do not have that luxury. But they're coming off the edge. One of the edge guys, the ends for North Medford, kind of gave a shove to Robinson and kind of flung him into the kicker. So. But I'm guessing that North Medford's going to get this penalty here. So they are going to call against Roseburg running into the kicker. It's going to stay 4th down, though. So I guess North Medford could have had the opportunity to just take the field goal, or they can take the penalty, and they may try for a 6 here. Roseburg might have an opportunity to hold North Medford off the board altogether. They walk off 5 yards. It'll go to the 5-yard line. And Roseburg's going to call a timeout. So Roseburg will call a timeout. Coach Heiberger wanted to, I think, have a conversation here with our crew. 3:54 to go here in the third quarter. And after a running into the kicker penalty on Roseburg, North Medford will have the football at the 5-yard line facing 4th and goal. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. And by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. And tonight's ball game brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. So a timeout called by Roseburg. They're going to bring the ball back out. North Medford will have a chance here, 4th and goal from the 5. So 15 could be a 22-yard attempt if they tried it from there for the field goal. Instead, they're going to bring the offense out. They've got to get 5 yards. Otherwise, it's a turnover on downs. They've got to find the end zone here. Healy in shotgun, fakes the handoff to Robbins, throws short, and it's in and out of the hands, but a penalty flag out. And that's likely going to be pass interference on Roseburg. On the far side, Jaron Dory missed last week with an injury, helped us out in the booth at Sheldon High School. Back out on the field, that's good to see, but he's going to pick up a flag here. It looked as if he kind of tried to wrap up the receiver as he was making the catch. Roseburg's going to use their final timeout here in the 3rd quarter. So it is 4th down still. They move the ball half the distance to the goal line, so it's down to the 2.5 on the pass interference by Roseburg. So Roseburg will once again try to keep North Medford out of the end zone. North Medford passed up a field goal that would have gotten them 3 and stretched it out to an 8-point lead. They took the penalty from Roseburg and went to the 10-yard line and tried to run a play there for 4th and goal from the 10. Actually, from the 5. And it looked as if Roseburg had held on an incomplete pass. But another penalty, a pass interference, and Roseburg will have to try and do it again on 4th down. So here we go once again with 3:49 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's 4th and goal for North Medford. 2.5 yards out. Jeremiah Robbins, the running back to the left of Healy in shotgun, the big back there. They're going to turn and give it to him. He is hit, gets to the line. Does he get in? No, he doesn't, and Roseburg will hold out North Medford at the half-yard line. They come up with the defensive play, and Roseburg gets the stop. And Jeremiah Robbins can't believe he didn't get the call, and he is fired up. But Roseburg gets a turnover on downs. The run goes to the 1-yard line for Robbins. And everybody's going to have a gripe tonight. But Roseburg going to get the call. A turnover on downs for North Medford at the 1-yard line. But now Roseburg will have to fight their way out of their own end zone. They haven't necessarily run the ball overly successful tonight. North Medford with the big bodies up front. Turn, hand the ball just out of the end zone. It's Caden Eckel running left side, picked up maybe a half yard. They will give him to the 1.5, so really no gain on 1st down for Caden Eckel. Roseburg looking to try and spring one here. Clock running, 3:19 to go. Rackley runs in the play from the sideline. Bentia at quarterback, breaks the huddle. Roseburg will set up with Eckel a yard in front of Bentia to the left. Bentia looking to pass. Pumps it out into the flats to Eckel. He's got space, has the 1st down. He cuts back at the 20, gets upended as he flips out to the 22. 1st down, Roseburg, and they've got some breathing room. A 21-yard completion from Bentia to Eckel, who gets his first catch of the night. And Roseburg will move the chains, and they've got some breathing room after the 4th down stop on North Medford. Trying to get them on their heels, trailing 14-9 with 2:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Motion Eckel out of the backfield, looking to run now for Bentia. He slipped one tackle, gets to the 21, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Tried to fight off a lot of tacklers there. Nothing there for Bentia. But he avoids going backwards. 2nd and 10 for the Tribe. At the 22-yard line, Bentia trips to his right side. The lone man to the left is Stedman, the sophomore. Haven't heard his name much tonight. Pass is incomplete, but a penalty flag out. I think they said incomplete, but sitting there with the football in his hands was Rackley. I was wondering where the football ended up because it kind of looked like Rackley was able to bring it in, but they whistled it incomplete. The penalty flag most likely helping out Roseburg on this one. It was down at the 32-yard line. They'll walk it off from the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be first down Roseburg after the defensive pass interference. Out to the 37. So 1st and 10 now for Roseburg after the penalty by North Medford. Stedman and Robinson to the short side of the field. Ball on the left hash mark. Robinson moves in motion. Play action. Runner. Bentia on the quarterback keeper. Designed for him. Gets crunched. Jeremiah Robbins gets in there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on first down. And this game is moving along at a somewhat glacial pace. I'm a little worried because these teams are they're getting competitive out there. We'll see how this one continues to play out. 1:22 and counting in the third. North Medford will blitz from the left side. Roseburg passes to the near side. Stedman makes a couple of men miss, but the defensive line comes to clean him here at the line of scrimmage. No gain, back to the 37. And Roseburg a couple of plays for nothing, and they will face 3rd down and 10. St. Clair with his 3rd catch of the night. So now Roseburg needs some yardage here to give them maybe a question on a possible 4th down play if they feel necessary. 45 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Ball on the left hash mark, 3rd and 10. Bentia will roll to his right, pressure coming, running away from it. Lofts downfield and almost picked off. Going to the turf with the football. Hit on his back and could not bring it in. I think probably knocked the wind out of himself. That looks like Nix out there. He almost picked it off, was juggling it as he was falling to the turf, landed squarely on his back. And I've been there on a football field. You're kind of focused on everything else, and you land squarely on your back, and you just knock all of the wind out of your lungs, and that can make it a little hard to breathe. He almost comes away with the pick. It's incomplete. And Roseburg, after the big defensive stop, it's a win. They didn't give up points. They moved the ball out, and now will punt it away and try and flip the field. Jacob Michael will get a kick away, but a penalty flag out. There's a couple of penalty flags out. Roseburg was trying to run the play, and it's a penalty against North Medford. It's going to stay 4th down, but they might have had too many men on the field as Roseburg quickly tried to run that punt. The ball was spotted, and they were ready to go, so they went, and that caught North Medford out of position. So the penalty against the Black Tornado puts the ball out to the 42-yard line. It's a loss of 5. The Roseburg now will look to punt it away. They only gained 5, so it's still 4th down. Michael can't get to it. Roseburg looked like they were going to try to run a play. He does get a boot away, and not a terrible one. It'll take a Roseburg bounce, and Jacob Michael does a nice job of making the most out of something. I think Roseburg was hoping to maybe try and run a trick play there, and I think everybody got a little too anxious for it. Bad snap, but Michael saves it with a good punt, kicks it away, and North Medford will have the ball back on their own half of the field. And it is coming as this 3rd quarter is starting to wind down. 24.4 seconds to play before we head to the 4th quarter. Still our score from halftime, 14-9, North Medford leading. They will start with the football at their own 40-yard line. Offense back out for the Black Tornado, looking to win their 5th straight game and stay undefeated in league play. Healy calls for it, hands it off, and running left side, some space. Owings wrapped up by Reitman, tackled inbounds. The clock will run after he picks up about 6 out to the 46-yard line. A big run on first down for Owings. He is the 3rd running back we've seen back there tonight. Jacob Owings, the junior. And he carries for the final time as the 3rd quarter comes to an end here. At the end of 3, it's still 14-9, North Medford leading Roseburg. Final 12 minutes on the board, and North Medford with the football facing second down. When we come back after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
4th quarter and a tight one between North Medford, the number 9 team in the state in the latest OSA coaches poll. They lead Roseburg 14-9 as we begin the 4th quarter. The Black Tornado now moving right to left on your radio dial, facing a 4th down and 4. Pitch out to the far side, almost picked off, but catch made by Nolan Kelly. He drags Byron Irving for a couple of extra yards as he picks up the first down to the Roseburg 46. Roseburg sent somebody and almost got into the passing lane there. It was just a little too high. I didn't see exactly who it was, but came sprinting in, read that play, knew what was coming, almost had a chance. If he had gotten that one in his hands, Roseburg would have had a defensive touchdown. But pass complete, moves the chains, first down to start out the second, or make that the 4th quarter here in the second half. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Roseburg 46. That was a pickup of 8. Through the air to Kelly, looking to pass, a quick stop route on the far side, and wrapped up inside, not right at the 40-yard line. Kelly back-to-back catches for him. He takes it to the 40, picking up 6. With that pass, Traeger Healy over 200 yards unofficially on the night. And North Medford, I imagine, looking to try and slow this one down and keep the clock running here, leading by 5, trying to get out of Finlay Field with a win. Healy hands it off. Robbins through the middle, misses, gets through one arm tackle and dives forward. Would be good for a first down, but there is another penalty flag out. The flag is back at the 42-yard line, and it's a hold against North Medford. It's coming back. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or give them a call at 541-378-6694. And tonight's broadcast sponsored by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Appreciate all of the sponsors that help make covering Roseburg football here on the radio for you possible every season, including our video stream sponsor, the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate them supporting local sports here on your local sports station, The Score. With the penalty, it's back to the 50-yard line, 2nd down and long. A pitch forward to Kelly, trying to sweep it around the near side, gets the line of scrimmage, carries for a couple of yards down to the 47. He'll pick up 3 into Roseburg territory on what will officially be a 3-yard pass for Healy. 4th catch of the night, make that 5th catch of the night for Nolan Kelly. 3rd down and 11 now for North Medford. And once again, Roseburg in a position to try and force the Black Tornado offense back to the sideline. Healy will run in the play as they huddle up. Break the huddle. Cicero and Keeley spread out wide to the far side of the field along with Colton Miller. And on the near side is Tate Snyder. Looking to pass, looking to his right, going to go deep downfield, and miscommunication as that ball goes deep. Cicero ran the curl back to the line of scrimmage, and they were in completely different positions. Incomplete on the confusion on 3rd and long, and it's 4th and long, and here comes the punt unit for North Medford. Again, a reminder, no A.J. Pugliano for North Medford, the first-team all-conference tight end, wide receiver, and defensive end. 6'4", 220, came in with 7 receiving touchdowns on the season, committed to go play at Oregon next year, and he's on the sideline ever since middle of the 2nd quarter. Snap back, Kelly will get a boot behind this one. That is deep, waving for the fair catch. The ball came out for Caden Eckel, and it's North Medford football at the 20, and Eckel down on the field. Slow to get up here. And Roseburg, it's the plays that they need to make that sometimes just don't go their way, and that's going to be one there. Coming up to try and make that fair catch, and Eckel couldn't secure it. Squirts out, and North Medford will get it back. So they punt it away, but Roseburg fumbles. And with 9:31 to go in the 4th quarter, North Medford has it at the Roseburg 20. So the offense back out there for North Medford. Running through the middle goes Robbins, and he is just such a tough runner as he climbs the hash marks inside the 15. And he gets good yardage, 8 yards on 1st down for North. And that turnover, 2nd of the game for Roseburg. There's still a lot of time left in this game, and it is tight. You hope it's not a backbreaker. Down to the 12-yard line for Robbins on that carry. They'll give it to him again as he will bang his way through the middle inside the 10, has the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal from the Roseburg 8. Picking up 4 yards for Robbins, and Jeremiah Robbins, the senior running back, 16 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown so far tonight as he tries to power North Medford to a win here this evening. He's still in the backfield to the left of Healy. And they'll move him to the right side. Tied into the left of the formation for the Black Tornado, looking to pass, going to the end zone. A lot of flailing around and a penalty flag out. Out there in coverage, Byron Irving fighting with the receiver, Cicero, to try and get position. They got tangled up, arms flailing everywhere, and whistled for the pass interference will be Byron Irving. So the ball started at the 8. Half the distance, should go down to the 4-yard line, I believe. And it'll remain 1st and goal for North Medford. Roseburg has no timeouts left in this one. 2 timeouts still left for North Medford. A touchdown here could stretch it to a 12-point game. Robbins to the left of Healy. 2 ends on either side of the line. They give it to Robbins. He runs left side, and he will find a way to run into the end zone. Just weaves over the left side of the line, in for the score. 3rd touchdown of the night for Jeremiah Robbins. And this time it comes from 4 yards out. And he will put North Medford up by 11, and the extra point still to come. They're going to need, looks like somebody out there on the PAT. The left-footed kicker gets the boot away, and it is 21-9. North Medford turns the fumble on the punt into 7, and they stretch their lead to 12 here in the 4th quarter. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. Come back here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
.8:32 to go in the fourth quarter. Tonight's ball game for Roseburg, brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Well, that turnover, second of the night for Roseburg, definitely hurts, but still time to go in this one. Kick goes to the 10-yard line. The return man for Roseburg angles to the near side and gets wrapped up. That's Robinson. And a penalty flag out on the blocking on the return, making the tackle Jaden Murdoch for North Medford on the kick coverage. Penalty flag at the 30. They spot the football at the 24, but the penalty flag is back at the 30-yard line. I'm not sure who it's on. It's a hold against Roseburg on the kickoff return. So they will, from the end of the run, at the 24, they'll walk it back to the 14-yard line, a 10-yard penalty for the Tribe. So the offense back out there on the field. Roseburg needs a score on this drive, trying to stay in this one. Down by 12 with 8:26 to go in the contest. Not out of reach, but time running out. Austin moves in motion. High snap, going to go into the end zone for a safety. And that is the opposite of what Roseburg needs. High snap for the safety. 2 points on the board for North Medford. And Roseburg, unfortunately, is giving this one away here in the second half. They've shot themselves in the foot with that turnover on the punt return and then a high snap for the safety. That's just a killer there. So with that, North Medford will get the ball back for their offense with 2 points on the board, leading 23-9. Now a 14-point lead. And all of 10 seconds off the clock. So that will be a 14-yard loss on the safety. And just those moments that Roseburg continues to try and iron out as these young players continue to get their experience out there on the field in these kind of moments. You like that a lot of them got some time last year, but they're still young and they're still learning and just trying to get better. New center this year, and Mateo Renaga. And the snaps have at times been an issue, and there it came into play. So it's just kind of getting used to it and being able to find a way to put four quarters together. Roseburg's they've played well against some of the better teams in the conference at times, that just putting it together for a full game, a full 48 minutes. They find ways to give things away. Jacob Michael will kick it away from their own 20-yard line after the safety. North Medford with return guys at the 30-yard line. Cicero and Kelly deep to return. Roseburg almost recovered a kick deep to the 1-yard line to start out this second half. Kickoff away is going to go deep to the 29. And Kelly on the return up the middle. breaks free, gets to the edge, and penalty flags out. Jeremiah LaPrey was looking for a hold, and he's going to get it. And the return was for a score, but the penalty flag out at the 42 is going to bring this one back. So it was going to be a 71-yard kickoff return for Nolan Kelly, but a hold will bring it back from the 42. They'll walk it off from there. So let's see where the penalty will spot it. I think it should be at the North Medford 48 is my guess. And that is correct. Hey, I like it when I'm right. So that'll back them up to their own 48-yard line for North Medford. 8:11 to go in the ball game. Offense back out there for North Salem, trying to salt this one away. Healy at quarterback. A one-handed grab on the shotgun snap. Hands it off to Landon Meeker, and Meeker just cannot escape the pressure. Coming in from the weak side, Nick Parrish combining with Jaron Dory to help make the tackle in the backfield. Back to the 44-yard line, a loss of 4 on the carry for Meeker. And no matter how you try to explain this one, you got to give credit. Roseburg's defense has played tough against North Medford, making a lot of stops and putting pressure on in the backfield. Their defense has kept them in this game and given them a chance. Right now down by 14, still not out of reach, but they got to get the football back. That'll help. A short gain on 2nd and long for Landon Meeker. The clock will continue to run, 7:19 and counting. Out to the 46, a pickup of 2 on the gain for Meeker. Gets 2 of the 4 back that he lost on first down, and it is 3rd and 12 for the Black Tornado. They want to keep the clock running, but they may look to pass here to try and see if they can make it either a close 4th down conversion or see if they can convert here. Cicero and Kelly spread out to the right side. Low snap, dropping back, setting up the screen, knocked away. Catch made by Meeker, but a tip at the line by the Roseburg defensive line. Batted that ball in the air. Meeker somehow got to it, made the catch, but he gets dropped. They'll spot the football at the 44, right at the, actually a 2-yard loss on that pass completion. And Roseburg read it right. They saw the screen coming, and the D-line got their hands up in there. Back to return this kick, Brogan Rackley. They kick away. Wobbly one, will not be returnable. Takes a bounce at the 35, heads towards the sideline. Now takes a jaunt up the numbers inside the 30-yard line for North Medford. And the ball will be downed at the 28. So the defense comes up with the stop. Can the offense move the football? It's now or never for the Roseburg Indians. 5:53 to go here in the 4th quarter. And they have the football at their own 28. Maverick Akers in the backfield. To the right of Owen Bentia. Shotgun snap. Goes through his hands. He kicks it around. That ball's loose. And another turnover. It was a good snap. Went into the hands of Owen Bentia. Just butterfingers went through his hands. And as he tried to jump on it, he kicked the ball closer to the end zone. And North Medford, I believe, jumping on that football, Connor Trinka on the recovery. And that might just be the final nail in the coffin here tonight. Ball goes all the way back to the 10-yard line. And North Medford with it. Self-inflicted errors tonight here in the second half has put this game out of reach for Roseburg. Barring some defensive stops or defensive plays here. Offense out there with Meeker to the left, looking to pass, heading to the end zone. The toss, Kelly up, comes down with it. Touchdown, North Medford. First play of the drive, a 10-yard touchdown pass to Nolan Kelly. And there it is. A touchdown for North Medford will make it a 20-point game, 29-9. The PAT, Caden Morris out to try and put it through. Second touchdown pass of the night for Healy, and the PAT is good. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll come back for the final 5:43 to go in this ballgame here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
New to town? Starting a new chapter in life? Or settling down? The Neal Company Real Estate can help keep your property thriving. Serving the Umpqua Valley for 40 years, we manage commercial properties, apartments, houses, and storage units. Handling everything from maintenance to tenant screening, emergency services, and more, we are committed to maximizing owners' profitability while maintaining high-quality housing for tenants. Discover cost-effective, accurate, and efficient property management with the Neal Company Real Estate.
Well, the Roseburg defense has been out there a lot tonight, making a lot of big plays, but they've been asked to do a lot tonight. The offense, unfortunately, has not been able to efficiently move the football and take advantage of what the defense has given them. As Roseburg's defense has kept them in this game for quite some time, but now North Medford pulling away. The kickoff away, goes to the 10-yard line, returned, stretching it to the near side, stiff arm. Sideswipe a defender, trying to escape out to the 23 on the return for Brogan Rackley. Roseburg will have it there with 5:36 to play. And down by 21 now, so a 3-score lead for North Medford. After this was a 5-point game going to the fourth quarter. Roseburg kept it close with North Medford, but has not capitalized on their opportunities here tonight. Looking to pass. Pressure coming, a throw away, trying to get it out to Dane St. Clair with a defender all over him. And Owen Bentia does get credit for an incomplete pass. Wasn't sure if they might look at possible intentional grounding, but I guess they had Dane St. Clair kind of marked in the area of where that pass was headed. Second down and 10. Clock stopped with 5:31 to play. Ball at the 23-yard line. Trips to the left side of the formation. And it's Corey Kimball in for the first time tonight. He'll pass, gets it to Caden Austin. And Austin, leading receiver on this team, has his first grab of the night. And he'll pick up 9 yards out to the 32. And Corey Kimball out there for the first time tonight. He throws a pretty good ball, but last week struggled. Kimball was 1 of 5 for 6 yards and an interception last week. He'll throw on the short route out to the far side, converting on third down and short. Roseburg moves the chains on a pass into the flats to Maverick Akers. Akers will have his first catch of the evening, moves the chains. Out to the 39, a pickup of 7. Kimball against Sprague a couple of weeks ago here at Finlay Field led Roseburg on back-to-back scoring drives late in that game to try and get Roseburg back into the contest. See if he's got some magic in him at 5:02 to go in the fourth quarter. First and 10 from the 39. Pressure coming backside. He got hit as he released. Penalty flag out. Catch made by Rackley. Gets spun down at the 44-yard line. And I think it's going to be a roughing the passer call. Kimball was hit from the blind side as he released that football. He took some punishment, but he seems to be all right. And he got the pass away. They'll tack it on to the end of the play. So a completion for Rackley out to the 44. That was a pickup of 5. And that'll move with the penalty, moves the ball into North Medford territory. They'll spot it at the 41, North Medford's half of the field. 1st and 10 for the Tribe. Empty backfield. Kimball looking to pass. Going to take off and run up the middle. Sprints back to the near side. Has a blocker out there helping him out. He gets tracked down by Jeremiah Robbins after picking up about 4 yards to the 37. On the scramble there, Kimball has been a decent scrambler as a penalty flag comes out as Roseburg sent Brody Robinson heading to the sideline. And it's a dead ball, unsportsmanlike penalty against Roseburg. And it's the sideline getting a penalty. So the football will go back to the 48, Roseburg's half of the field. So 2nd down and long now after the penalty. Looking to pass, Kimball. Pocket collapses. He cannot escape. Coming in for the sack for North Medford. Omar Gonzalez gets into the backfield. Clock keeps running, 4:16. Ball goes back to the 40, a loss of 8 for Kimball. So the football spotted at the 40-yard line. They've got to get it to the 31 on the other half of the field. That is 29 yards to go here. So we'll see if Roseburg able to try and convert. Facing 3rd down and long, going to go on the seam route downfield, out of the reach. Intended for Caden Austin in coverage. Connor Cicero. It was out of the reach of either the defender and the receiver. Incomplete pass will stop the clock with 3:41 to go. And Roseburg coach Dave Heiberger headed to the locker room. He is, as far as I know, I don't think he's been sent to the locker room. I think he's making the decision to head there himself. Snap, and the punt coming. Timeout called by North Medford before Roseburg can get the punt away. 3:41 left to go in this ball game, 30-9. Folks, stick around for the postgame show. We'll name your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for tonight's contest. And we'll get you a quick recap of the scoring and some stats in this one here this evening. We're going to keep it right here as North Medford calls the timeout in the 4th quarter with 3:41 to go. And Roseburg looking to punt this one away. Trying to think of player of the game options, and defense has played really well. Unfortunately, I can't keep track of defensive statistics on the fly while we're going here. I like to go back and watch the film and get those later because I got a feeling there'd be some defensive guys that have come up with some really big plays that should be honored here tonight, but I'm not sure which one of them to do. Dane St. Clair looking like a player of the game candidate with his receiving touchdown, breaking a 78-yard touchdown score back in the 1st quarter. That was quite a play. So we'll consider those. Brayton Loomis, maybe him. You know, you go to the hospital, you give it all for your team out there. Maybe that earns you a player of the game award. Roseburg will send the punt unit back out after the timeout by North Medford. Michael gets a big boot behind it. It will bounce, and North Medford trying to run away from it, and they will. There's a penalty flag out again. And the football is down at the 20-yard line. And we'll wait to see what this penalty flag is about now. feel like I've maybe said that a few times tonight. As we near the 10 o'clock hour here at Finlay Field, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg football here on The Score. So the football after the punt down at the 20. The penalty flag. We're going to see where they spot it. Waiting to, yeah, they're going to call it against Roseburg. It's a personal foul against Roseburg, so 15-yarder. North Medford will have the football at their own 35. So penalty puts it out at the 35-yard line. North Medford needing to wear 3:28 off the clock here in this fourth quarter as they try to salt away a 21-point victory. Handoff running left side, stopped at the line. Maverick Akers first to get there. Slowed up Landon Meeker, who falls forward for a yard. Out to the 36. Meeker with his 12th carry of the night. Second down and 9 for North Medford. Coming up next week, they got the big one, Sheldon in Eugene next week. North Medford and Sheldon. Sheldon winning tonight against South Medford. If Roseburg, or if North Medford hangs on, which it looks like they should here in this one with 2:45 to play, North Medford hanging on to a win. They'll be undefeated in league, going up against Sheldon undefeated in league. And a penalty out, delay of game. So North Medford will be backed up. Also, South Salem, that's Roseburg's next opponent. It looked as if South Salem blanking McNary this week, 62-0. So South Salem will stay undefeated in league as well. 3 teams vying for first place in the conference, special district number 1. South Salem will be 4-0. North Medford heading to 4-0, and Sheldon is 4-0. Penalty backs it up to the 31-yard line. Second down and 14. North Medford letting the clock run. Down into the final couple of seconds of the play clock. Calling for it, handed off, met in the backfield. Dylan Bradfield and Nick Parrish will combine in the backfield for a tackle for loss on Landon Meeker, who's the guy that's been asked to carry the ball here as North Medford just tries to run out the clock, and Roseburg knows it, and they are just blitzing to the backfield to try and get him. He loses 3. So the top teams in the conference all stay undefeated. Sheldon improving to 4-2 on the year. North Medford headed to 5-1. And South Salem continues on 6-0 now on the year. Third down and 17. Looking to pass. Headed deep downfield to Kelly. He pulls it in. Over the top of the defender. Pulls it in at the 38. Roseburg's half of the field. First down for North Medford. And that will be a 34-yard completion through the air for Healy. Connecting with Kelly on that one. And for Nolan Kelly, that'll put him at 83 yards on the night with a touchdown. Clock down to 1:24 to go with Roseburg no timeouts left. North Medford heading into the victory formation. A kneel down taken by Traeger Healy. And that'll get the clock running. Roseburg no way to stop it, and this one is all but over here. And excuse me for those that are watching online. My score is incorrect. It's 30-9. A 21-point lead for North Medford. And that is going to be your final score here. 2nd down and 11. Clock under a minute to go. As they wait for the play clock to wind down, a snap and taking a knee for Healy. And he'll have to do that one more time. And that will wrap up tonight's contest. It's been a spirited battle out there on the field. We expect nothing less between these two teams. And I was saying before the game, it feels like when North Medford's here in Roseburg, weird things have a way of happening. And for 3/4 of this football game, I think it was really unexpected. But things got up to Roseburg in the 4th quarter. And the Black Tornado able to hang on and survive Finlay Field with a victory. Final score, as the clock running down here, the horn will sound. The final score, 30-9. North Medford with the win. They improve to 5-1 on the year, 4-0 in Special District 1 play. Roseburg will fall to 1-5 and 0-4 in conference. We'll come back with a quick post-game show to wrap this one up for you here tonight. The final, once again, is North Medford 30, Roseburg 9. Back after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Thanks for tuning in to today's broadcast of Roseburg High School Sports on The Score.
This broadcast is presented by
Flyaway Travel, Fisher's Hearth and Home, Cascade Community Credit Union,
Roseburg Honda,
BTB Moving,
Susan Gregg Allstate Insurance,
and also by Dr. Ullens and Randall, DC Farmers Co-op, Mountain Mike's Pizza, Roseburg Disposal,
Tim's Appliance and Mattress,
Abby's Pizza, and Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair.
Back here at Finlay Field for the post-game show. Joey Keyran here with you. Thanks to everybody tuning in for joining us tonight. It was a fun one. It was competitive for most of this ball game, and that's what we were looking for, is Roseburg to put up a challenge against North Medford, and they managed to do so for a good portion of the night tonight. But the 4th quarter snowballed on the Tribe, and North Medford comes away with the victory here this evening. Final score was 30-9. North Medford gets the win on top of Roseburg to stay undefeated in conference play. It was 14-9 at the end of the 3rd quarter, heading to the 4th quarter, and Roseburg was really putting the pressure on North Medford, but 4th quarter is where things kind of fell apart for the Tribe. Let's take a look back at it real quick here. North Medford would punt on the opening drive of the 4th quarter, but it was fumbled by Caden Eckel, and that gave the ball right back to North Medford at the Roseburg 20. Only 3 plays later, they get it in. A Roseburg penalty in there as well. But Jeremiah Robbins got his 3rd touchdown of the night from 4 yards out. The kick was good. It made it 21-9, and that was a bit of a backbreaker, but there was still 8:32 left to go in the ball game, and Roseburg only down by 12. They would get the ball at their own 24, but an errant snap went over the head of quarterback Owen Bentia, and it went all the actually, Roseburg got it at the 24, but there was a holding or a penalty on the kickoff return that backed them up to their 14, and then from the 14, the snap went awry into the end zone, a safety. It gave up 2 points there to make it 23-9, and then North Medford would get the ball back. So it was basically Roseburg had one snap in a span of 3 minutes and 38 seconds in the fourth quarter, and North just got the ball a bunch, and they definitely used up the clock and made it hard for Roseburg to come back. Roseburg would actually, after giving up the safety, they would hold North Medford to just a punt on that drive, and Roseburg would get it back, but again, they would fumble the ball away. It was it was a snap through the hands of quarterback Owen Bentia. It got kicked, and it was loose on the ground, and North Medford would jump on it. I believe it was Connor Trinka with the recovery, and it was just a series of unfortunate events there for Roseburg. North Medford would quickly turn it into 6 as they would connect. It was Traeger Healy with Nelson Kelly from 10 yards out. The extra point was good, making it 30-9 your score, and that is the final here tonight. So a tough one for Roseburg. They were in it. That's at least something they can take away from this one here tonight. They put together 3 quarters of very competitive football against North Medford, but unfortunately some self-inflicted wounds at the end cost them here tonight. As we wrap things up here, quickly some unofficial stats for Traeger Healy. 249 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns. He had a touchdown pass to Jeremiah Robbins, who finishes with 2 catches for 39 yards, and a touchdown pass to Nolan Kelly, who finishes with 7 catches for 83. On the ground, Robbins finishes with 80 yards on 16 carries and a touchdown. Actually, he ended up with 2 touchdowns. The second one was that touchdown from 4 yards out. I think that was this one here that I did not mark as a touchdown in the fourth quarter. So 80 yards, 16 carries, 2 touchdowns on the ground for Jeremiah Robbins. On the other side, Owen Bentia, 187 yards through the air, 7 completions on 20 attempts, but they were some big ones in there, including a 78-yard touchdown pass to Dane St. Clair, who has 3 grabs for 96 yards. Brody Robinson had 2 catches for 56 here on the night as well. Caden Eckel carried 8 times for 24 yards. Did have the fumble on a punt return. Let's see here, and that's the leading rusher on the night for the Roseburg Indians. So they do most of their damage through the air. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for this one here tonight. And it's going to go to Dane St. Clair. His 78-yard touchdown catch and run. It's going to make him our player of the game here tonight. Has a career night with 96 yards through the air and a long of 78 here tonight. Congratulations to Dane St. Clair. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Quick run through our final look at the BTB Moving scoreboard update for you here. Our out-of-town scoreboard update. Thanks to Tom Eggers for passing along scores to us here as he's working back in the news review office, getting your Sunday recap of high school football put together. From the conference, North Salem, a 15-14. Let's see here. Let's see if I've got something more updated than that. Don't have anything updated on a final for North Salem, but they were leading by 1 over Grants Pass at halftime. Let's see here. Sheldon 27-0 over South Medford final. South Salem 62-0 over McNary final. So it is a 3-way tie still for first place in the conference. Sutherland falls to North Valley tonight, 41-7. South Umpqua beats Brookings Harbor 47-19. Oakland defeating Glide 46-14. And Reedsport falls to Gold Beach 54-12. That's a look at your BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. Again, if you've got any upcoming moves that are going to take you out of town, maybe across the state, whatever it is, check in with BTB Moving. They provide the labor services for your moving needs. BTB Moving, veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. Give them a call at 541-315-0122. All right, folks, it's a late one here tonight, so we're going to wrap it up there. Roseburg falls to North Medford 30-9 here in tonight's contest. Want to say thank you to North Medford coach Nathan Chin for joining me earlier in the week for a conversation about his football team to get prepared for tonight's broadcast. Appreciate that. Want to say thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue, head coach Dave Heiberger, and the entire Roseburg football program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Angela Keyran for help with the video camera and production here tonight on site. And thanks to Connor McLean back in the studio running the radio production for us here this evening. As always, want to say thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We'll do it all again next week as we head on the road to Salem. It'll be Roseburg and South Salem squaring off on Friday night in the state capitol. And we'll see if Roseburg can rebound from tonight's difficult loss to Swallow. It will be a 7 o'clock, make that a 7:15 kickoff for that one. We'll still start pregame at 6:45, so make sure you tune in for that. You can tune in and catch Roseburg football streaming live online at 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe, or catch it right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.